us break down this mystery. Grab a seat, we guarantee you're in wonderful company, unraveling these mysteries with Mr. and Mrs. E. Mr. and Mrs. E.
Launch sequence activated. Prepare for light speed.
Keeping the missing relevant with Mr. E, Mrs. E. Let's not forget the sweet and E, and of course the best grand E, unraveling these mysteries. Stay a while and share your thoughts. Help us break down this mystery. Grab a seat, we guarantee you're in wonderful company, unraveling these mysteries with Mr. and Mrs. E.
Auntie, is that you? Yes. Bring in the crime dogs. It's time.
Unraveling these mysteries. Stay a while and share your thoughts. Help us break down this mystery. Grab a seat, we guarantee you're in wonderful company, unraveling these mysteries with Mr. and Mrs. E. Unraveling these mysteries with Mr. and Mrs. E.
Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Mr. E Crimecast. I am Mr. E, joined by Mrs. E in a new chair for her. And, of course, our guest, Auntie. Good to see you again, Auntie.
Hey guys.
Well, welcome. We've been away for a little bit. This has been about a 2-week break for us. We, as y'all, some of you know, we were just on vacation last week all together, actually, and we kept thinking we might live stream while we were down at the down on vacation. And you know what happens? You go to the beach and you're there all day. You get back, you get cleaned up, you get ready for dinner. Then it's like 8 o'clock, and I was like, "Oh man, I just can't do a live stream tonight." So we kind of had the stuff with us ready to go, but it just never happened. So
We had good intentions.
we did. We meant to do it. It just never worked out. But that's okay. The kids probably appreciated us not.
Well, we had a lot of family game
We
nights.
did. We did a lot of
and,
that.
We played a fun game called Conspiracy Theory with Aunt E, and Granny.
That was a fun game.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
It was wild.
And what was that?
one-
Uno?
The one with the phone too. I like that one.
Heads up. We did a lot of
Heads
heads
Up,
up.
we did
Middle
that.
loves that one.
What was the one that
There's like
that was
We
so
did-
silly?
Uno
Uno.
Extreme or Uno something.
Yeah, where like sometimes you draw like 20 cards. It's like a Uno, but it's just like crazy rules.
Oh, I was
uh,
thinking of the Moose Masters.
Oh, Moose
Oh,
Master.
Moose
Master.
We played a lot of games at night. We did do a lot of that. Moose Master
did.
has all the ridiculous.
Ate a lot of
rules.
good food too.
well,
We
yeah.
did. We did do
Well,
some-
that's part of the problem is we've got our favorite places we like to go eat, and we only go once a year, so we have to get those in as well. We did have good intentions.
that
though.
what Roxy's saying here. Now you need a vacation from the vacation. That
No
is a
kidding.
quote my mom said every year
Oh, really?
after vacation. Yeah, she said that exactly.
See,
need
I
a
think you
vacation
like
from my
this layout
vacation.
better.
Well, yeah, this is kind of. I mean, because we used to
But-
be side by side, and now I can kind of look diagonally. and-
Yeah, we can have engaging conversations instead of
Yeah.
That's kind of nice.
So that's good. You don't get the cool sign in the back though. So
I
we
know.
have to get another.
I'm at the end
We
of the
get
dining
Mrs.
room
E sign.
table.
We get a Mrs. E sign.
No,
With like a
we don't need anything.
more feminine one,
What? Is you
like a
gonna
Carmen
make it pink?
Sandiego kind of looking like cool.
No,
No. Okay. Well,
I don't need a sign. I'm good.
You're all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'd like to welcome everybody
Oh,
in.
look. How funny.
Oh yeah, Dreaming of Blue Sky. Yeah, we've probably been at that restaurant more than any other
I would
in
say that
Destin.
But not this
Yeah.
time.
we didn't
We
go
didn't
this time.
but yeah,
We used to stay directly across the street from Pompano Joe's.
we
Yeah,
did.
in this little condo. It was great.
We could hear the music at night.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
We could see the ocean.
I've been there on my anniversary before at Pompano Joe's.
Yeah,
They-
right across the street. So we'd walk over there all the time, at least once a vacation.
They have really great strawberry daiquiris, and they have really great grilled crab legs.
Yes.
Oh, the garlic grilled ones.
Yes,
are
with the garlic.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that-
We did go
that's
to the
good stuff.
surf hut this time. We did do that because the kids like that one.
Yeah.
But we did all the good places. Where did we go? We went to
Bruno's,
Donut Hole.
our
Yeah,
favorite pizza place.
yes, Bruno's is our
Yeah,
favorite.
Bruno's is incredible.
We went to Donut Hole, which is our favorite breakfast.
Yeah, that's like a tradition.
Where else did we go?
Well, we tried
Nemo's.
that Irish place that we had never done.
Oh, that's right.
And if you
A
go
friend
down
of ours
to Destin,
recommended us to try
McGuire's.
it.
McGuire's. We've seen. I mean, it's been there forever, and it's huge, and it's this big Irish pub. But it looked like a big party place. You know what I mean? So we've got the kids. So we're not. But it looked like the kind of place you just go to get tanked, right?
Right.
And
was
so we just never went. But somebody said, "Oh no, the food's incredible. You've got to go to this place." And so it was the best spinach artichoke dip I think I've ever had.
Oh yeah, it was incredible.
Tell them about the ceilings.
Yeah, and
You know what? I probably have picture. I'll try to upload them while you're talking.
I don't know what I never read on the menu what the tradition was, but somehow somebody started stapling dollar bills to the ceiling for some reason. And there's got to be, it's got to be in the hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Thousands, yes.
Got to be.
Like not thousands, but hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Every room.
single inch, it has a dollar bill hanging from.
I'm going to
the
try to
ceiling.
show it. Hold
And
on.
it's a massive restaurant. So
There were so
very
many
cool.
rooms, and every room had it, and all over the walls.
Hold on. I'm going to try to show it.
And wow, just gifted 10 memberships.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow,
thank you.
wow.
Wow. The name is appropriate. Wow, thank you so much. Looks like
That is so kind of you.
that is very sweet of you to do. We really appreciate
Oh
that.
my goodness.
And I know I saw earlier a couple of folks have been with us for a while. Hey Jude is 5 months with a membership, and Dreaming of Blue Skies was at 11 months. So we appreciate that so much. All that
Where
support
is that picture?
helps a great deal.
And somebody asked where we went. We went to the 30A section of the Panhandle. It's just down from Destin toward Panama City, but it's an area called Santa Rosa Beach, Grayton Beach, Seagrove, Watercolor, Water Sound. It's like a nice long stretch. Rosemary, Alice, that area. We love that area, and we've been going since our kids were really little. But
Yeah.
this is a picture of McGuire's.
Yeah, that's the room we were in. It's like the cellar room or something. I think it was just maybe 5, 10, or 10 booths probably. But look at all that money just hanging. It's just incredible. I don't know what the tradition was that started that, but it's like that over the entire restaurant. And this is just a fraction of how big it is.
Rita said that's where her son goes. He loves it. Yeah, it was great food.
Yeah, it was really very impressive. So that's one we'll probably try every couple of years or so if we're down there.
And just because I want to show this. Hold on. I'm going to try a new one. Let's see. Where is it? Okay.
Yeah, it was a
Show
really
everybody.
cool.
And it looks like a dive, like it's not going to be good at all, right? That just looking at the picture, it just doesn't look like it's going to have good food, but you never can tell sometimes with.
Yes, it is a cool fire hazard. That's got to break some fire laws. It has to, but they must get around some ordinance somehow.
I mean, it's yeah. So the water was pretty, and we didn't have any shark attacks this year,
and we didn't have any June grass.
No June grass,
which is wonderful.
Yes, usually the beginning of June when we're there, it's starting to come in, but this time we had 0, and it was great.
The beach is always a must for us because Biggie, with his autism, he will float out there all day. He would just stay out there dusk to dawn if you let him,
He'll come in for like
dawn
15
to dusk,
minutes
I guess.
to eat. Yeah, he'll eat for 15 minutes and then he's right back out there again.
He gets that boogie board and he's just floating and could not be
the entire
happier.
time.
So anyway, so that was why we.
K-Bird said she's been to. K-Bird said she's been to that McGuire's, best steaks ever. She said she didn't like seafood. So if you like steaks, definitely it's a place to try.
I was trying to see if there's any other pictures that doesn't like.
Oh, just like scenic.
Well, I don't know if I took a few, but not very many.
We took a lot of that beignet shop.
Oh yeah, we did like this new beignet shop. It was
really good. I never even showed them to you.
No, nice of me read. They don't. The seashells actually weren't very good. There weren't. We really didn't see good seashells.
It's not
but they're not into
area
that.
Doesn't have very many at all.
Little tinies, if you get them at all. So we didn't do. For him, it's mostly just about that wave and rocking in the water. He just loves that floating out there. And wow, gifting again.
What?
5 more Crimecast memberships.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you so much. Wow. That's just incredible of you.
Thank you so much. If you received a gifted membership from WOW, from the 10 or the 15, we truly appreciate it. And please let her know thank you.
And I think I saw Clutch and Pearls is in here too.
Hi, Justin.
I think he said he's driving, but he's going to be listening. So we appreciate that. I caught a little bit of your stream earlier today too, actually. And
I was going to show him what you ate because it's disgusting.
I was going to say I've got a picture of my shepherd's pie.
Yeah,
he had the most raw prime rib you've ever seen. I don't even know. I heard it move.
They overcooked it a bit, didn't they?
I heard it move.
I am one of those people that I do like my steaks very seared, almost just barely cooked, But it was great. That was all. The asparagus, the mashed potato, it was all fantastic.
And we appreciate the friend, and they knew who they are, for letting us, giving us that insight, because we passed by it about, 20, 30 times.
Well,
and never gone.
I was gonna say one of our other favorite ones, Dewey Destin's, is right. I mean,
Can't
just
tell people
literally
about that one.
what?
That's
Well,
secret.
there's two of them in Destin. There's
Oh,
one
that's
right
true.
next to the Harbor Walk, and then there's another one, and it's a great place too, and it's very close to McGuire. So we were kind of bummed that we didn't go there this year, but we wanted to try something new, and it was definitely worth it.
And I saw Nana's Dragonflies in here too, and just want to say, well, you've been on my mind a great deal the last several days,
And in our prayers.
So I just our condolences and feel terrible about the news, and just so sorry for your loss there. It's heartbreaking, and we all love you, and just we're all praying for you to get through this, and I know you will. But it's that was just terrible news to hear, and we're just sorry to hear about that.
And Nana, we love you. If you need anything whatsoever, or if we can do anything to help ease your pain or help you in any way, please reach out to us. Brittany has our number, or you can reach out to me on our email, and our email is, I'll put it in the chat. So please feel free to reach out. We will be happy to help you in any way we can.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd be happy to talk to you, or if you just want to talk.
Yeah,
happy to talk to you if you ever would like to.
We're big talkers. We like to talk.
Yeah.
I was trying to find other funny pictures from the trip for you. There's
I
one that
I have all these real estate pictures.
Well, tell them what you do though.
What do you mean? What do I do?
You're looking for places for the next year.
Oh yeah, I always go by rentals that I like and take pictures of their signs, because most of the rentals will have a little sign with a QR code or a number, and we'll look at that. Yeah, this year we want to, next year we want to stay here or there, and we were just looking at different areas. We always end up right in the same area every time. That's a good one. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, look what section I found there. So that's over at Seaside. The bookshop, the really cool.
I have a cute one from us in Seaside too. I'll show that one. Let's see. I gotta. Find it.
We took one of the three of us, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to find pictures without the kids.
I'm trying. Yeah, that's hard.
Seaside's little bookshop is called Sundog Books. It's a cute little bookshop.
We go there every time because there's a record shop upstairs, and the kids love it. Love the record shop.
Lots of old vintage concert T-shirts and posters.
Okay, there it is. Seaside.
I actually have on the exact same shirt I have on tonight. I really, it's the first time I got home and washed it, and I put it. That's what I have on today.
Well, I'm regretting not getting a T-shirt. I love my sweatshirt, but I'm regretting not getting a T-shirt.
And I do want to mention too, while I'm thinking of it, Boston Dave was just asking, how is our child doing? And essentially we are in the same place we've been. We were supposed to do another MRI, and we keep asking about setting up that appointment, and they're just not setting it up yet. So they originally said they wanted to do it a month or
4 to 6 weeks. Yeah.
Weeks after, and we're already well past 6 weeks at this point.
Yep.
So now I guess I don't even know if there's a point in doing the MRI until we do our regularly scheduled one. Right. He's supposed to do them every 3 months. So I don't know if they're just behind or what that situation is. But as of right now, everything is okay.
And
as far as we know.
And we're holding up on the next course of treatment until the next MRI because the last one was inconclusive. So
yes. So we're going to just see where we're at, I think, after the next MRI, and then make decisions or not make decisions. not there
are decisions to be made.
Yeah.
I wanted to point that Justin said that you looked happy.
Thank you very much. I guess I am in a good mood today.
No, I think he meant in the picture, silly.
Oh, okay. Oh, in the picture. Yes, I thought. Well,
who isn't happy on vacation? Yeah.
Yeah. Mrs. E knows this about me. My favorite smell in the world
is pizza.
No, is our old books.
Oh, right.
That musty, dusty old book smell. So going into an old bookstore, just going through.
But that's not an old bookstore. They're brand new books.
Yeah, but it's still got that.
It's got the vibe.
It's got the
books.
Yeah.
It's not like a corporate bookstore. It's like a mom and pop.
Right.
And that's what makes it nice.
Right. So I love love bookstores anyway.
And we all started books. I don't know. Did you start a book on the trip? I did, and he did.
No, I didn't. I didn't even bring one. I never have time to read. We always end up talking the whole time, and so I always just I'm like, forget it.
I ended up reading most of The Outsiders. I still haven't finished it but several people have been telling me to read it, and it's on Little Lee's reading list for the summer.
It's the book that she's supposed to read for next year for school.
Yeah. So I had never read it before, and it's actually very good. Written by a 15-year-old, which is crazy.
Well, the movie's great.
To have a phenomenal, book like that at such a young age. Justice for All says, I always say I like fragrance that smells like old books, laugh aloud. That's why I like Tom Ford.
I don't know. Does Tom Ford smell like old books? I don't know.
Yeah, that's very funny.
I wanted to, let's see. Nana had wished us well and said she was praying for Middle E as well. Oh, here it is. Thank you, Nana.
Thank you very much.
And then did you thank all of our, okay, so Hey Jude has been a member for 5 months. It says, love my E family. Thank you, Hey Jude. We appreciate you, and we appreciate you being a mod and a member. Did you already do all this?
No.
To remove somebody.
Dreaming of blue skies and sandy beaches has been a member for 11 months, and she's a wonderful mod friend and crime dog as well. Thank you so much. And she says, how has it been 11 months already? That's amazing.
I think we got it taken care of, Mr. E.
Yeah, sorry, I was don't want to take care of that. Maybe that's a good transition into our topic tonight, which is this really incredible story today. If you have not, where do I even want to start with this?
It's kind of complex in a way.
It is. So I guess I'll just describe the situation first. What happened is we had these two YouTubers. One is goes by Finny the Legend, like DA Legend. He's based out of Arizona, and there's this other guy who's got a YouTube channel called Sin City Family, and he's a Las Vegas-based content creator. The Finny content creator was a smaller channel, about 2,000-ish or so followers, at least this morning, and he's gained like thousands today. And then the Manny person, his channel was more like in the 40s or so, 45,000 subscribers, and they got into a situation where they had an ongoing year-long or so feud.
Now you're going to have to move your camera towards me because you're going to keep looking at me the whole time. We've Mrs. E and I have been kind of hopping around different videos by these guys today, just hearing little bits and parts and trying to get a feel for what this feud was all about, because we didn't know anything about these content creators. And it sounded so familiar, didn't it? Some of it. It sounds very familiar.
I mean, you've heard these exact same things in this Crama community, whether it's on the Sebastian case or others. It's the same type of stuff. And it's the doxing of each other's homes, the insults, playing each other's videos, and and just insulting each other and copyright striking each other, and all the just the obsessive kind of cyberbullying really is what it comes down to. And this had gone on for about a year or so, and then it all escalated last night. I can pull up maybe I'll pull up the Las Vegas statement first and just kind of go with that as a starting point here. Let's see, where did it go? All right, here it is. Okay, why can't that? I want that share.
Oh, I probably have. I put a lot of. Let's see. I thought it might be my fault.
Oh, okay. Here I go. Yeah, here's what I want.
Hi, Real Me Too. Nice to see you.
So this is both the hi, Real Me Too. Good to see you, and everybody else too. I know we didn't really greet everybody.
Oh, we didn't. We got all into our vacation.
I know we got right into it. But we do appreciate everybody being here and sticking with us. When we take these big long breaks, we always wonder, are people going to unsubscribe, disappear, even show up in their algorithms? And so we appreciate everybody coming up.
Well, one thing I wanted to do before we start is we have our free memberships, and I'd like to go ahead and give those away real quick.
Sure.
All right, here we go. I'll give away 5 now, and I'll save 5 for the future. Well, great. Astrology from Mystics with Jen, Lady for Justice, Kelly the OG, JH, and Justa RN. Well, awesome. Welcome. Welcome to the Crime Dogs. We are actually going to do some members only streams again. Now that our May and the beginning of June is always rough. So we are going to slow down and get back to doing some more live streams. Wow is requesting the membership video.
Well, since he donated 15, he or she donated 15.
Let's see.
So M. Blunk here says, I actually know a whole family with kids that Manny verbally assaulted out in public.
Oh, wow. Do you mind if I play that real quick for Wow? Wow is asking for the crime.
Sure.
The crime dog. Okay, so do you want the welcome to the crime dogs or we feel so blessed?
Membership dogs video.
Okay. Well, I'm just asking. I mean, 15 memberships is a lot. They get to tell me what to play.
They get to call the shots.
Yeah. Let's see. StreamYard moved everything around. So hold on one second. I don't know. That's not it. That's not it. Oh my goodness. They literally moved everything around. Okay, that's not it. That's not it. Oh, here we go.
Welcome to the dog pound. Your crime dog now. Members only. Welcome to the dog pound. Your crime dog now. Members only. Welcome to the pound. Members only. Wow, 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 wow.
I think it's just been so long since I've been on StreamYard. They probably had made these changes a few weeks ago, and I just didn't know it.
I got a lot of new notifications of new things that they've added.
Well, cool. Yeah, there's this thing where we can put the chat on the screen, but I think it looks weird. I don't.
Oh yeah, I've seen the lab does that.
Let me see. I don't see it on the screen. Do you? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, you can do like that.
Yeah, but that's
it's so small.
It's so tiny. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Yeah. Okay. Well, no, we weren't fasting on the vacation, but we needed to fast right after. Let me tell you.
we anti-fasted or something, whatever the opposite of.
I have so much inflammation from the amount of sugar my mother provided us.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
She didn't get a lot of sugar. I guess she did get some of it.
She paid for all the beignets.
Just the first one, or just the second box.
Yeah, but there were 24 in each box, plus the chocolate dipping sauce and the cream dipping sauce and the blueberry dipping sauce.
They were the bomb.
But
we wanted to open a franchise.
I was going to say.
Go ahead.
Our vacations are always like this. We need to buy this house. We need to buy this vacation house. We need to open this business. We need to see if these people have a franchise. Like we always do this. We're always like looking at homes. Maybe we could.
We sat down and did the math.
We're definitely dreamers.
Yeah.
When we go because we were looking at that beignet shop going, Nashville needs one of these. And actually, they have one. They do? Yeah, they have one down on Fourth Avenue apparently. According to the website, right, Auntie? Isn't that where it was?
Yes, we saw it. Yeah, it was downtown.
I don't think it had opened yet.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it's being opened, but there was one there. But I said, Hendersonville could use one. There's lots of areas, Franklin, lots of areas in Nashville that could definitely sustain one of those.
It was amazing. I mean, so it was really good.
What's it called? It's called Brews. Was it
Beignets and Brews?
Yeah,
Beignets and Brews, and they were outstanding.
They made them fresh, so you get a fresh hot box of beignets, and I mean they were exquisite. And the buttercream dipping sauce was the best.
That's right. Nicey Marie says, "Don't cost anything to dream." That's right.
That is just how we always are.
We always talk through stuff. Well, we sat down and did the math on one of the houses and realized there's just no way we would be upside down in it if we tried to buy it and rent it.
Yeah.
So
the rent there just doesn't, it's not enough to pay for the cost has gone up exponentially since we started vacationing.
I was going to say it's tripled probably, right?
And
Roxy wants to know if we have any leftovers. No,
they didn't.
We did not.
So there's a few reasons I wanted to get into this. I mean, it's just
this
story was just really, it's amazing. It's interesting. I think it's timely. I think there's a lot to learn from it, and there's a lot of ways to. I don't know. It's not a simple story in a way.
No, it's not.
There's a lot of layers to it, and so I'm just going to read the original press release, and then we'll get into the two guys here. On June, so this is the original part. On June 8th, 2025, at approximately 10:40 p.m., LVMPD officers were on routine patrol on the 3600 block of the South Las Vegas Boulevard when they heard gunfire coming from the west side of the street. The officers immediately ran toward the area where the gunfire was heard and located two individuals suffering from apparent gunshot wounds. Medical personnel arrived, and the two victims were pronounced deceased at the scene. This is an ongoing investigation being led by the LVMPD Homicide Section. The identification of the victims, as well as the cause and manner of death, can be obtained through the Clark County Coroner's Office. Anyone with any information about this incident is urged to contact LVMPD Homicide Section by phone or by email, and so on and so on. Then they at the top they have the update, because this afternoon they say, through the course of the investigation, detectives identified 41-year-old Manuel Ruiz. As a suspect.
I can't read that on the screen. It's so tiny. It's so tiny on our screen. It's not even funny.
On June 9th, 2025, he walked into a Henderson police station and turned himself in.
That's weird.
He was taken into custody and will be booked into the Clark County Detention Center for 2 counts of open murder with a deadly weapon.
Ruiz. Yeah, that's right.
Ruiz. Okay. So yeah, and the two people, although they're not saying it here, it is the husband and wife. So his wife went by the name Bubbly on YouTube, and he went by Finny the legend. And it looks like he fired at least 7 shots. And he was, so what happened was he comes into Las Vegas and he's streaming through the day. And this is where Manny, the alleged murderer, lives. So, when you're live streaming on location for hours, you can be located.
Sarah is saying that he has not been booked yet.
Oh, okay.
He turned himself in. I know that.
I wonder why they wouldn't book him yet.
Yeah. Well, I believe Sarah. Sarah does her research. So, and then May.
Are they maybe just doing interrogations right now?
That could be. They may not have done any official charges yet.
Yeah, they might just be talking right now.
May is asking for, again, it comes up. It's so silly. Are we related to Nick? No, we're not related to Nick.
That's just a weird rumor that was some YouTube person started, but we are not related to him at all.
I don't even know where it got started. We don't live in the same state. We don't look alike. I don't even know where to begin. But anyway, no, we're not related to Nick. So you can stop asking.
Sarah's suspicion says his followers were telling him where Finny was.
Ooh. Sarah lives in Vegas.
Yeah.
It was horrific.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
I know this area. We've all been to Vegas here and know this strip, this is right outside the Bellagio. And, this is like the heart of Las Vegas.
That's one of my favorite places to be, because my favorite restaurant's across the street. Mon Ami Gabi.
This is right in the middle of everything. There's no, it's just kind of hard to imagine. But this is, so it's about 2 minutes. If you haven't, I'm going to guess most of you have seen this. If you haven't, It is going to show him pull the gun and fire. You're not going to see blood or anything along those lines because that happens off screen, but you will see Manny appear and draw the weapon and everything. Happens about a halfway into the video.
So I don't know, trigger warning.
Yeah, trigger warning, because it is. You will see the weapon, and you'll see the terror on their faces, but you won't see any gore or anything along those lines.
And then before you play it, Henhouse says has been a member for 5 months, and I wanted to thank Henhouse for being a member for 5 months. I can't believe it's been that long. So happy you're back on your channel. Well, we were just taking a break. We're so bad about having a regular schedule, and we're going to try to do that more often. We've been talking about that a lot lately. So,
and CC, this was last night.
Last night at 10:40. Yeah, so not even 24 hours have gone by. But so this live stream is coming from Finny's live stream, and it looks like he told everyone where he was going to this restaurant called Fuel Bar or Fuel Restaurant or something. So he wasn't making a secret where to find him, and of course, all the landmarks. It wouldn't be hard to figure it out. But you don't imagine this happening anyway, right?
And for those of you who are a little bit, weary or wary about the video, please know that I hate this kind of thing, and I don't like to watch these types of things. And he watched it for me before I saw it. And I'm the kind of person, I don't want to, what do I always say? I always want to tell the kids to protect your brain.
Yeah.
That you can't unsee things. With this though, this was not jarring to me, and I'm very careful about that stuff. Mm-hmm. And so he when he showed it to me, he was like, it's really, it's not going to be, because I can't stand, Aunt E will send me crazy pictures. I'm like, don't send me that. That kind of thing. So I'm guess what I'm saying is don't worry. It's not, the video is not going to show you anything that's going to be, other than someone shooting a gun, that is definitely going to happen.
I'm going to pause just to show who the 3 principals are so that we know who we're looking at.
Sure. And then Sarah said he has been officially booked now. She just checked.
Oh,
thank you, Sarah.
And a little later, I'm going to look up open murder and see exactly how that's defined in Vegas.
And Brandy says, guard your heart. That's exactly right. I always tell the kids, you cannot unsee stuff. So just be careful what you look at.
So, there's fountains here at the Bellagio. That's what these people that are left are all looking at, so that's just kind of the scene. And this is just, so senseless. But so anyway, I'll pause once Manny starts to enter the picture so we can kind of know what to look for. Okay, so this is Finny with the ball cap to the right. And coming in, can you see my cursor if I do this?
Yes.
Okay, so this is Manny entering the picture here with the kind of white sleeves and the ball cap.
Thanks, Donut.
And this is his wife, Bubbles, who's between Manny and Finny at this point.
She's kind of pointing in his face right now.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's just terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
That's that there. So people are watching that live too, and her name is Bubbly.
23 said that her name is Bubbly. Bubbly,
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
That's correct.
Yeah, that's at least her YouTube. I don't know. I don't think I've heard her real name anywhere, but that's her YouTube name. And so just terrible. I don't really want to play it again.
No, I'd rather not.
Unless we just want to go back and look at certain elements later.
I actually didn't watch it again. I saw it enough.
Well, that's all right.
I watched it like 10 times because I was
Well,
trying
he
to
had
get
it paused.
Yeah.
He had it paused. He was like, "What do you think about this?" And I'm like, "Okay, I don't want to know." Oh yeah, Sarah said the last 2 shots hit her. That's what it seemed like. That's what I thought too.
She looks like she was grabbing for the phone where he had set the phone up, and then she gets the phone, and then the last 2 shots were her. Yeah, and the phone drops.
Yeah. It seemed like the Sin City family had about 43,000 subscribers on YouTube. I don't know what their TikTok would be. It's my understanding they were both also on TikTok, but I don't know anything really. Oh, actually, you know what? I take that back. I did see them celebrating 60,000 on TikTok. So the Sin City family. And then I believe the other fella, I don't know what his TikTok is. The Finny fellow, I believe though he had, what was his channel numbers? 3,800
on TikTok or on YouTube? YouTube before the day started, he was at 2,000 something, but now he's at like 4,000 something because people are wanting to see what was going on, because everybody's pulling up these old videos and such. Yeah, so Mr. Cashman says Bubbly because she was so happy-go-lucky, full of life. Her real name was doxed by Manny, and he tried to get her fired from her job. Yeah, so and it is what it is. Yes, they both died. The Bubbly and Finny are both passed at the scene. And there's one video you can see where they're trying to do CPR, and they look real frantic. The paramedics or whoever was with her.
Yes. So Brandy, sorry. I think mystery, just kind of go over what we just saw.
Yeah. So the person that's on the screen right now, this is Manny. This is the guy that walked up with the ball cap while Finny was doing a live stream down in front of the Bellagio with his wife, known as Bubbly. And I've seen a few of their videos. They just kind of do nightlife kind of videos, just kind of show the scene, that kind of thing. And he knew where they were, and he was planning it. Apparently, this video that I'm going to show in a few minutes, he's talking about hunting him down the day before. So they had this year-long beef, this feud going on, doxing each other, apparently trying to get each other fired from jobs. They showed pictures of each other's homes, addresses. I don't know enough about these people to know like
what's true, what's not true.
Who started this?
Yeah.
Has anybody kind of got a clean hands in it?
Right.
I don't know about any of that, but it looked to me, what I've seen so far looked kind of ugly from both sides of them. So it appears to me to have been going back and forth for a while. And I guess this person was unstable.
M. Blunt says it was said Manny pepper sprayed Finny and his wife a couple of years ago. So Finny started the channel to expose Manny and his bullying. This literally just happened last night, so we haven't had enough time to do full research on it.
We just thought it was very
interesting and tragic.
Yeah, the best way to meet on stuff like this has actually been to go to their videos and read the comment sections, and you kind of get a sense of of the history. But there's, a beef that's been going on for a year. There's no way to know all of the different, how it got here.
Right.
But regardless, it should never, of course, get to this kind of level, but you never know. You never know when it could. We were talking about this just a few months ago on our channel in regards to Sebastian Rogers' case, where, I think that was around the time that people were calling CPS and things like that on creators. And, it's just, these things are escalating, and you just don't know what's going on in somebody else's house. You might think you've got a YouTube beef going on with somebody, but I think the way I was saying it was, you don't know that when you go after one of these ladies on YouTube, because most of in the Sebastian Rogers, it's mostly been women that are involved in those
Well,
there's a
variety,
but
of
it's
people.
a lot of
Yeah.
a lot of women in particular for this situation with Sebastian Rogers that have been involved. But you don't know that these people have children, sons that love them, husbands that love them, their fathers that love. And if you cross the line with one of their daughters' wives or mothers, a guy can snap like this sometimes, and think, and their pride can take over, and the men can be. There's some men that can be so irrational and don't care about the consequences and feel they need to get their revenge, their pride is hurt in such a way. And I think that this seems like that was what happened with this person, that his pride and ego were hurt, and he felt like lines were crossed, and he had to know the consequences. He knew he wasn't going to get away with this. He knows his life is over.
Well, not on a live stream.
I mean, you're in the middle of Las Vegas. He's been looking for this guy for a day. He brought the weapon with him. It's premeditated as premeditated gets, over name calling on YouTube, and people doing hate videos and streams on you. It's just
It's sad.
It is so pointless and sad.
Hey, Jude says it should be a cautionary tale.
Yes, it should, to everybody.
And then Tennessee Nurse says, I remember you saying that. Hi, Tennessee Nurse. Never know when someone's husband may snap.
Yeah, and not to say that a woman couldn't do that too. It's just I just kind of know how some men think, and I just know that there's some men that just it's kind of like, what, I don't care if there's just some guys that they know they're going to jail if they feel like they need to go to fists and fight it out, and they know they're going to spend a night in jail. They're willing to do that over.
Oh, we definitely know people like that.
With
Yeah,
certain situations,
sure.
certain lines are crossed, or there are just some people like that,
There are
and you
people
never know who they are really.
Right.
But this guy, he actually gave some warning signs, which is part of this story. He kind of lets you know that he's thinking along the lines of violence. You can see it here, actually. So why don't we just play this?
Can you pause 1 second?
Sure.
Gina, I'm so happy that you had your eye surgery, and we don't mind you typing in caps. And I'm so excited that you're going to Pensacola. That's awesome. We actually were in the Santa Rosa area, kind of Destin, Miramar Beach, Santa Rosa, that area. So you should have that lovely water in Pensacola as well. And Lady for Justice agreed with you and said, exactly, Mr. E, it goes too far. I agree.
It does.
And then there was something else I saw, and I don't remember what it was.
I've been worried about the Sebastian Rogers case for a long time. I felt like if there's violence at some point, it won't surprise me at all. And it could come from anywhere.
It could come from anything, because,
it's just been such a powder keg. It's just been like ready to explode at different times. And I've been worried about it. I've been concerned that something like that was going to happen.
We've had that conversation many times.
We had a show about this.
Yeah.
And a year ago, we had a show about pushing people too far.
Yeah.
If you remember. It's like there are no boundaries anymore.
Mm-mm.
Exactly. I'm sorry, I missed the post.
What's that?
I someone's post caught my eye and I lost it, so I don't remember.
Yeah, I think about this sometimes too. Shirley Batista says it's different today. When I was young, men fought with their fists. Now even kids fight with knives and guns. So sad. God must be so unhappy with us humans. Yeah, there used to. It's so dumb. I mean, fighting is stupid anyway, right? But it did seem like when we were in school, if there was a fight, it's like, hey, we're going to meet across the street. We're going to throw fists, and once it goes too far, the guys are going to jump in and pull you apart, right? And say, hey, all right, it's over. You won. It's kind of like that. Mm-hmm. Now it's like people just get curb stomped, and like nobody comes in, and then all the friends jump in and kick the person while they're down. There's like no honor or something.
Oh, you mean like on the when we see the recorded like middle school and high school fights?
Yeah,
is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's no honor, because it used to be like you're one-on-one.
Yeah. And this guy could have said, hey, if he wanted to settle it with fists, he could have. that's stupid too. But that's different than bringing your weapon and
blindsiding somebody.
I don't know if they had children or not, but just wiping out a couple of.
Mr. Cashman might know.
Did they have kids? Does anybody know if
He said something a little bit back. I'll see if I can find it and put it up. He did say something that they had, I believe, 3. Here it is. He said they were live streaming together every night for 4 years. Never kissed a night and drank, drove, drugs, accidents, whilst their 6 and 14-year-old were left home with older brother.
Okay. They were live streaming together every night for 4 years. Never kissed a night.
And
I think he missed a night. I bet it's missed a night.
Oh,
and
never
drove, drugs, accidents while their 14 and 16-year-old were home with their older brother.
Oh, so they do have children.
Well, I think are we referring to Manny or Finny?
I think I think it says they were live streaming together every night for 4 years. I assume that's the mom and dad. I just assumed if they were every night for 4 years.
Well, there's 2 couples involved here.
Okay, he's saying Manny.
I don't know which.
Manny has a 6-year-old. So is Manny and his wife.
So Finny, that's who I was curious about, the people who lost their lives.
Well, still, so Manny has a 6-year-old and a 14-year-old, and he just threw his life away so that he's basically have a 2 fatherless children for all intents and purposes.
Mm-hmm.
Over YouTube.
Cubs 23 said he ran his channel like a cult leader.
Wow. Oh, Cubs 23 also says Finny has grown kids and grandkids. That's terrible.
Awful. I mean, it is awful.
And Sarah said that too. That's so terrible.
And then he said they were. Oh, hang on, sorry. They
both
were
have children.
They were leaving those kids every night to party in Vegas.
Gotcha.
Total cult, very odd.
Well, there's a lot of that. I mean, I haven't seen enough of his. I mean, I've seen enough to see that both of these people had their own support. People that supported them. So it's, but I mean, even if you're involved in this drama between these 2 guys, you're not thinking it's coming to this at any point. Not likely.
No, I don't think anybody would think it would come to this, right?
Well, except there are kind of signs with this guy.
Well, and go ahead and play. You've been trying to play that for a few minutes. I'm going to make a coffee if that's okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Have you seen this one? The day before?
Didn't you play it for me?
This is the one where he's
saying,
I'm dying to see you and you're coming to my town and all this. Okay.
Okay. Right. I haven't seen this part. I'll wait.
That's okay.
I'll wait.
Jerome, I'm out here.
Sorry.
Searching for my baby.
What'd you do?
I don't know.
You have to make it big. There you go.
The fuck? I went through every fucking casino there is. I heard there's one of my biggest fans here in fucking town. I'm dying to see him. I'm fucking dying to see him. What are we doing? Fuel bar tonight? Is that what we're doing? I'll fucking be there. I'll fucking be there. Better fucking believe it. You come to my city and think I'm not gonna show up? You fucking think I'm not gonna show up? I should have been the first one to be told.
Sorry for the bad language.
Right? Somebody should have sent me my invite. Mr. Marquez. That's right. We outside. We're doing fuel bar tonight? I'm fucking there, homie. What's the fuel bar without the fuel? We're doing the fuel bar tonight. Let's fucking go. Or
again,
wherever
guys,
you go, I will be there.
Sorry for the language.
Oh man, come on. I have to say hi to my biggest fan. You know?
That's enough, right? I think we get the gist. Is that unless there's something where he says something crazy?
He just continues some of the same thing.
Yeah. So, yes,
because that's disturbing.
it is. But
yeah, and he just goes on and on.
This is the day before.
Do you want to watch the rest of it? There's only 42 seconds. Go for it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it just shows you his mentality.
I just don't like the language.
You know? I heard that shit. I jumped out of my fucking bed. It came out here so fucking fast. I'm very disappointed right now. All this long stream, and I didn't see my biggest fan. Teardrop. Just know instigators get this shit too.
So that's it there. So stop sharing that. Yeah, so it's definitely these evidence will all be, or these videos will all be evidence in court.
Well, I think we'll all be following that as well.
Mhm.
Chronicles of the Shady dropped in right before. Yeah.
Chronicles, good to be here, or thank you for being here.
Good to be here.
I'm glad you're here, is what I mean to say. Yeah, so you had some great clips on your X account today that I saw
Actually,
covering this. That's where I got a lot of the initial information from, was from your channel.
And our lovely Hey Jude sent me the clip. I've got to transfer it over to the computer.
So let me see what she's saying here. I uploaded a clip to X just now. Someone who knew them, and they did contact Ellie multiple times. They stated it's very interesting. I think that's a part of this story too. This guy has made threats to Finny multiple times on his channel, just from the little bit I've seen. There's another one I've got up here where he does like pow pow. He's clearly threatening him in this video. You know, it's got to be getting reported to YouTube when these threats happen, and nothing happens, right? Nothing ever happens. People make these threats. He's driving around the city looking for this man, you know, trying to hunt him down and being threatening and menacing, and nothing happens.
No, I didn't.
So there's going to, I mean, ultimately Manny's responsible for what he did, and he's the ultimate person responsible, but there's other people that have a hand in situations like that too. I think that's why this is sort of interesting, and it'll be an important, I think this is going to end up being an important trial in case. I've heard people mention that section 230 of, I think it's called the Communications Act, 230C, I believe, the one where YouTube and all other platforms have this immunity from any kind of liability of anything that happens on their platforms.
That's the only way it's going to stop.
And the only way it stops is to repeal that. And
Eric with an H says he has sent letters. He has done all kinds of stuff. He's in the chat, and he just said that he wrote a full formal complaint, but nothing but a brush off response with YouTube.
They're not going to do it on their own. There's too much money.
We were talking about this earlier.
There's a lot of money in this drama and in the hate videos, and they make money on it. You go pick any hate channel in any topic, whether it's knitting or cooking or art or true crime or whatever.
And you think knitting's a joke? That's like one of the worst ones, they say.
That's what they say. And apparently just
I'm afraid to go over there.
Doing tourism videos in Las Vegas apparently is, crazy too.
Well, it's deadly.
I mean, it's like every corner of YouTube has an issue like this, and they make a lot of money doing it.
Right.
That go watch any hate channel in any genre and watch the super chats and the memberships and the flow in and the views. And it's
people just feed the beast.
And YouTube's making that money too. So YouTube is not incentivized to
shut it down.
It's their business model at this point. The hate is their business model.
Right.
It's their bread and butter. It keeps these people online for hours, countless hours, insulting it's Jerry Springer is really what it is. It's modern day Jerry Springer. It's daytime trash television, but it's on YouTube. And some of us knew Jerry Springer, it's kind of fake and whatever. And some of this is fake too, but sometimes it's not with these drama things. Sometimes it is real.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how Finny even looked at it. Did he think that he and Manny had kind of like a wink, wink? We're just beefing with each other. It's just words.
Doing this for clicks and views.
Well,
almost like rap battles. We're just jawing at each other, but there's no real harm. We go back home and don't think anything about it. Did he know that that this guy was going? I would guess he had no idea.
I didn't really I watched some. I kind of had it on in the background when I was working on the thumbnail and stuff. His live stream from a few days ago that he's supposed to have been talking about Manny.
Yes.
And I mean, it was mild compared to some of the things I've heard.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did, and maybe I missed the part where he gets really vile. I just, it was just kind of like silly. But maybe I'm wrong. I didn't watch it enough to know, I didn't hear anything that was just crazy, but maybe, there's a past there, obviously. So.
Well, Mr. Cashman said Manny's wife allowed this. They separated afterwards. She is on video with his shirt under her arm, no emotion, and she did not wait there for police. They both fled. So I didn't see
he was there.
That's what he said. So that's something I haven't seen in video, or I didn't know which one she was.
And
I didn't see that either.
Tai Bei, hi Tai Bei, welcome in. Yes, thank you for the email. I haven't had a chance to email you back, but the Boswell sentencing has been moved to September 5th. And thank you for coming in to say hi. We appreciate you and love you. Have a great night. And Chronicles of the Shady said that's what I posted. I'm sorry. They let all the content stay up until what happened at the end. It's ridiculous.
It is. It's they don't have terms of service, really. I mean,
right.
Nothing they enforce. Actually, I think I pulled it up here. Yeah, I can do that. I'll just pull this up since we're talking about it.
Real Me Too says hate channels do make money. Crazy how many jump on board to listen. Well, yeah, how many people stop to look at a car accident? How many people stop to look at, a train wreck?
Look, we could all get caught up in stuff like this.
We can absolutely all get caught up in this stuff. But
we've just kind of made a pact not to listen to hate channels.
Well, that's what someone asked us. Yeah, we had a subscriber. We were talking to a subscriber on the phone, and they were just saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry that stuff happens," and we're like, "We've got a little secret to tell you." And she said, "What?" I said, "We have no clue. We don't listen to it. We don't watch it. We don't have a clue. So ignorance is bliss in our case." Yeah. So
we just don't even. I mean,
we don't have time. We just don't have time.
We ask people not share it with us because we just don't care. We literally don't care.
Right.
So here's what they claim are their part of their terms of service. We don't allow content that targets someone with prolonged insults or slurs based on their physical traits. Anybody think that's actually true?
Say that again.
We don't allow content that targets someone with prolonged insults or slurs based on their physical traits.
Well, that's not true.
I hear that. I hear that every day.
Or, I mean, that
is absolutely not true.
Not true at all. Or protected group status. That's not true either, actually. We also don't allow other harmful behaviors like threats or doxing. Oh, yes, you do. Absolutely, they do.
It makes me wonder, though, and this is something we haven't talked about, but it makes me wonder if all these people that give the super chats and things to these hate channels, and they feed that ego and that programming, are they in any way going to be held liable?
Are they
You mean the supporters of the channel?
Yes, yes. The ones that egg it on, or the ones that support it, that keep those YouTubers, going after whoever it is they choose to go after. You know, at some point, could they be considered, you know, part of the problem?
I would think. I don't know.
I mean,
We're not
we hadn't even
attorneys.
we haven't even talked about that, but it just kind of hit me, you know, could they have any responsibility in it? Could they have charges? I mean, could they lose like their viewing privileges? Is that something that could happen? That they couldn't have a YouTube account to watch the videos?
Probably not legally. You know, maybe. I mean, I still
It
don't
depends
think
on what we actually sign as viewers of the channel.
Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah, it would
Yeah.
be there, and they
Yeah.
if they choose to enforce it.
I mean, there's people helping him find Finny on the street. Might be different.
Right.
I guess
Because
you
there were people that were
Mm-hmm.
supposedly telling him, "Hey, he's over here now. Hey, he's over there now." I mean,
Yeah.
to me, that's
cyber stalking, right? At least,
It
or
is.
real life
Well,
stalking.
those people actually, yes, I could see that being a problem.
and it's inciting
I don't know
violence.
about the other. Well, it could be. It just depends on how it's written and how the laws are in the particular state, I would assume. Right?
Lady for Justice said he had 2 strikes and feared another, this losing his channel. That was his motive.
Well,
That was part of their story. They both have been copyright striking each other for a while. What?
Losing his channel.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you mean the reason?
Yeah,
That's what.
it's
Yes.
crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, you thought I was mad at you? No,
Yes.
it's ludicrous. So I'll just give my life up by unaliving someone else because I'm going to lose a YouTube channel. That's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. I mean,
I'm gonna ruin my kids' lives. I'm going to ruin my wife's life. I'm going to ruin my life. I'm going to not let 2 people live their lives for a YouTube channel. That is just the craziest thing I've ever heard.
It doesn't even matter that they may or may not have been the nicest people or the best parents or anything. It really has nothing to do with the kind of people they are. There's just the fact that he would take that into his own hands to unalive them just because he didn't like what they did to him. It was like it just has gone too far in this YouTube world to allow this kind of behavior. And obviously this kind of thing, I mean, we were expecting something to happen eventually, and this is bad. I mean, this is bad. This is worse than I imagined.
Yeah, this is almost unimaginable. I was trying to find other cases today of anything that's happened quite like this, and this is, I think, a first like this. There's people that have been. I'm going to pull up some examples later of social media stuff, but where you've had this YouTube beef like this in this kind of fashion go to this extreme. I couldn't quite find an example like that, but I don't think it'll be the last.
Becky,
I wanted to read the Mr. Cashman too. Go ahead. You go ahead and read it.
No, I was going to say Becky just kind of would like a recap. She came in and has no
clue
clue
what is going on. Okay.
Yeah.
Becky did. Yeah. So just to recap it, the guy that I've got up here right now, Finny the Legend, YouTuber, he was with his wife down in front of the Bellagio in Las Vegas, live streaming. He had an online feud for about a year or so with another YouTuber who runs a channel called Sin City Family named Manny. And because he was live on the street, he knew where to find him. He walked up and gunned them both down right in the middle of the Las Vegas Strip. And this was just last night at 10:40. And essentially it is all over YouTube. Unbelievably YouTube drama and rivalries.
It's
name calling
ridiculous.
And copyright strikes and doxing each other. All of this kind of escalated. I've seen more information kind of in our feed from some folks that have,
and we appreciate you guys.
I do appreciate you filling us in, but it looks like there's a even deeper history than I was aware of. We basically had an afternoon to try to watch a handful of videos and try to get an idea of what
it was shocking. We heard about it last night. It was shocking.
Yeah.
Mr. Cashman says, yes, that's true. Manny was in trouble for fraudulent strikes on Finny. Manny and Julie didn't work. YouTube was their jobs and TikTok recently. Well, that's the case for a lot of people. I don't know. Is it?
Yeah, that's what I saw Finny saying. Finny was saying that Manny was putting fake strikes on Finny.
Well, here's the thing.
And they were striking each other, I think.
Right. I don't know. I have a lot of opinions about this. There's plenty of other ways
Where
to
do you
make
wanna
money.
start?
There's plenty of other platforms you can make money on and monetize on.
Sure.
There's I don't know. It's just such a senseless crime.
And Mr.
It's
Cashman also
senseless.
said that Finny had a heart and he didn't want to escalate to the point Sin City lost their channel. So he said he didn't want him to escalate it to the point that Sin City lost his channel.
Right, but had YouTube stepped in and taken care of this,
Right.
both of these people would be alive right now and at home.
Yeah. YouTube let it happen.
YouTube is letting these things happen.
Chronicles of the Shady has a great comment. The news needs to ask YouTube for a comment.
Yeah, or Google.
Very, very, very important.
Or Google.
This is the kind of thing that could make its way to Congress.
I was going to say
to have hearings about this, because this was largely preventable.
Absolutely.
And we've been talking about this for a year, that there needed to be legislation for this kind of thing because it's so crazy.
One of these videos I have up here has Manny in October of 2024 doing pow pows gestures at the camera, talking about Finny.
My stars.
So he's been threatening him at least for over a half year. As soon as you did that, his channel should have been gone. Shut it down. One death threat. You're out.
Right.
Is that really that hard? One death threat. You're done. Who cares? Go do something else. Get a different job. You can't be on a public platform without threatening someone's life. You don't need 3 strikes. 1 strike. Let them go. But there's too much money in this. There's too much money in it.
No.
I think that's what it is. And I read this in a business article a few years ago about Google. YouTube is their only really profitable business.
Right.
That all of Google's money is made through YouTube. Google Maps, all this other stuff they have, they're losers. They don't, unless in the last year or two they've made money. At least a couple of years ago, YouTube was by far and away their profitable entity. That's what carries the ship. So they've got they've got an interest in keeping this thing going. But
the people do hold responsibility, guys. I for their actions. Don't get me wrong, but YouTube has these terms of service for a reason, and if they actually enforce the terms of service, what we're saying is this might not have escalated to this point.
I was thinking this today.
I just read that.
Women's Warrior says, "What is crazy? You have to say pew pew in case you're struck, but he can make actual threats to unalive, and nothing happens. Make that make sense."
Oh, we've already said enough to not be monetized tonight, so don't worry about that for us.
But she's just saying we can't even say the words, and we have to say the pew pew, and he can threaten someone in the same way,
call
not
him out
be
by name,
right.
making the gun gesture in the camera,
right?
Yeah.
Pow pow, doing all that, and he can be driving around Las Vegas, hunting him down, using his subscribers to try to locate his physical location, knowing these guys have had a year-long beef. And what did YouTube do? Anything at all? No suspension.
Well, we know
shut down the stream.
Yeah.
Give the warning, and people were reporting it, right? I'm sure that Finny has supporters that were watching all this, and they were saying, "Hey, Finny's in trouble. YouTube, do something."
So
I would be surprised if they weren't.
About how many followers did each of them have prior to this event?
Finny had less than 3,000 this morning.
Right. And then when I looked at Sin City, I looked at them this afternoon because I was looking for pictures for the thumbnail. And they had about 46,000 YouTube. And then I saw in their community, tabs, like where you post the community post, that they had about 60,000. They were celebrating 60,000 on TikTok.
So,
relatively small channels. I know we're tiny, we're micro, but in the YouTube scheme of things, relatively small channels, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would say you don't.
I consider large channels 100,000s, or 100,000 or more. Yeah.
Right.
And I'm not trying to.
I just wondered how close they were. I thought one was like 4,000 and one was like 40. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So
Finny's
Finny was much smaller than Manny.
Yes.
And I don't mean to offend anybody that might be a creator that we are friendly with or not friendly with that's listening. I don't mean anything about it being a small channel. We are tiny. We are a sliver of what most people are. Sure. But when I think a large channel, I think 100,000 or greater.
Lady for Justice says, I was wondering if Finny's chat could have warned him on his live. I don't know. I mean, I would guess that people that, if their whole thing is their own drama between each other, and that looks like that was a lot of what they did. Because that's why I pulled up Finny's channel here. You can see what he did like every Tuesday was a trash on Manny live stream.
Oh. Dang.
This one called season 3, number 10. Who is the cyberbully? Panny, Tragic, or Finny? And I guess Panny is like his nickname for Manny. This one, Tragic, you big dummy, SCF draining supporters.
But did you actually watch any of these?
No, I mean, not much of. No, I mean, but that's a lot of his.
But yeah, that's a lot of his content.
A lot of his content.
I thought this was interesting too.
Hours of,
Go ahead.
Former SCF message to Panny. SCF parents and Panny ends no drinking. I don't know, whatever that is. I don't know what these.
But the idea is it's ongoing and it's just day after day after day. Yeah,
it is the majority of his content, and he got a lot of views from it. Like he's getting 9,000, 8,000, 8,000, 9,000, and when he does his other stuff, like he's on Fremont Street, it's 1,000.
So the feud stuff kind of fuels him. That's where the money's coming from.
Yeah, he's at a ball game. It's 1,000. The next day he does searching for Sin City family, and it gets 10,000. He knows them. I mean, these people, they know where the money is.
If you watch drama, if you watch any of the YouTube, like how to improve your channel kind of stuff, that's the thing they say is they said if you hit something that works, do it over and over and over again.
Well, yeah. And
that's the advice they give you.
Mr. Cashman said that Sin City family was stuck at around 45,000. They could not get more. There was evidence of Sin City buying subs also, but he had Chat GPT analyze and it concluded that there weren't any buying of subs. So he's not sure about that. But I thought that was interesting because some of these creators do buy their subs. And then Chronicles of the Shady said 14,000 and 2,700 as of last night before all this.
Oh, was that Finny on TikTok and YouTube, or was that?
Yeah, that's what I was wanting to know. Which one was it?
And do you want me to put the on the screen? I was trying to text it to you and it didn't come through of Chronicles that what she put up on.
Sure. Okay. Chronicles, if you don't mind us playing it, we'd be that'd be great.
And Cashman said, yes, Finny was warned live.
I could probably just pull up X and do it.
You can, yeah.
And just look her up.
I think, yeah. I've got it. Actually, I'd rather you be in charge of it. So,
and it sounds like Cubs 23 was possibly in the chat because says, and yes, we did tell him Manny is heading your way.
Oh, so
wow, Cubs. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for everybody that's involved.
Yeah, that's horrible. It's horrible.
Oh, hi, Detective Mom. Thank you for being a member for 3 months. We appreciate you. Detective Mom says in the video, it seems clear he was expecting him. I'm sure he was expecting him, but not that.
Yes, I think he probably was expecting a confrontation. And I think that was kind of obvious, but I don't think he was expecting that.
Right.
What does the post look like?
If you want, I can text it. Did you get the text I sent you earlier?
I got it.
No, he's wanting to put it up on his screen.
Let me see what this. Oh, okay, it's the one with the street. Okay.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, he got it.
I just wasn't sure which one it was. Okay, did I? Okay, is it sharing now?
No, the old thing's sharing. You have to pull that down.
All right. Okay.
Hold on before you play that.
Don't do it.
Look. It's our Kelsey's birthday.
Oh, well, happy birthday, Kelsey.
Happy birthday, Kelsey. Now, you know what I've got for you. We appreciate you being a mod for us and being so kind to us. And we will play you. Well, are we sure Kelsey's in here? Hold on. I don't want to play the happy birthday
I haven't
song.
seen her, but I have not been looking
Oh, my
at
goodness. And PJ, I saw you sneak in. Hi, PJ. Where Kelsey? I'm so okay. She's here. I'm gonna give her a happy birthday.
I don't see her.
Well,
I believe you. She's here somewhere.
She was like 10 comments before, but maybe if she's not here, she can see it on the replay. I don't want to forget and miss her birthday. We appreciate you so much. And if I find the birthday, I will play it. Here we go.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
And I'll throw in one eye roll for you. There you go.
An eye roll.
I threw in an eye roll. You missed it. Look at the screen. One eye roll.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. So let's so I think I'm not sure what this is. This is leading up to the shooting, I think, from Chronicles of the Shady, who's a great follow on X. So if you're not following her there, many of you probably following her on YouTube also, but her X account's very good as well.
If one of the mods could put her X link, or
she's on here too, I think.
Excuse me, she can't put a link, silly.
Oh,
a mod has to do it.
And if you're not familiar with Chronicles is kind of like if there's a leading theme to most of Chronicles' approach to YouTube, it is the kind of the morality of what's going on in the YouTube space, and particularly in missing kids cases. That's of their concern, and so this is a great channel to follow.
I will state this, that the sheriff has a lot of explaining to do, because the DA, Steve Wilson, and the FBI have a lot of explaining to do, because this guy, Manuel Diaz-Ruiz, had so many complaints filed against him with Metro over the last 2 years, and with the FBI and the DA's office, and they've done nothing about it. And that's hard to clean up when certain people have all the emails to prove what they're saying. And it just goes to show you that, that the toxic world of live streaming and how it plays and affects Vegas. Because a lot of people come here to live stream for content. And it's all about clicks and views and content. And the sheriff, like I said, has a lot to explain, and I'll make sure that News 3 gets all those emails predated back 2 years ago on this guy. This guy was his followers were involved with the shooting on Fremont Street. They were involved with the stabbing on Fremont Street, assaults on Fremont Street, and nothing ever happened to this guy.
So then what was your immediate reaction after you found out what happened last evening?
I was watching the live stream when it happened, and I got my vehicle. I came over here to video to see who was here, and then I went down to the Fremont to hope that the worst case scenario never happened. Those two people that are deceased now, he used his platform for others to use to speak up against this guy who was running scams and taking money from people and really rub people the wrong way. And he wouldn't give them a voice, but one of the deceased did, and he used his own YouTube and podcast to give these people that would come up on there every Tuesday and vent their frustrations toward these people. And the local cops didn't do nothing about nothing. And it's, and this was preventable. This right here was so preventable. And if the Sheriff Cahill and the DA and FBI don't hold others accountable for knowing beforehand, during, and after that this was that this was going to happen, then I don't know what to say about this community.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Anna, did you have anything to add? All right. Well, it was wonderful to meet you. I am sorry for,
it's just nobody expected it. And the thing is, it's just it's just sad all the way around because people have families, loved ones, and it was over something senseless that was preventable. But it's like, what's the Fusion Center doing? Watching traffic cameras instead of live streams?
Sure.
There's been so many complaints launched against these people on police reports with the FBI and the DA, and nobody has done nothing to this guy for several years. And this is preventable. And that's what I do. I come out here to these community events, and I'll try to live stream what's really going on because you guys are busy all the time, and it's people like us that are out here in the community, that are making these lives and stuff like that and exposing what's really going on out here. And it's not to slap the sheriff or Metro in their faces, but when you want to sit behind computers and watch cameras and stuff like that, and then you want your cops to sit inside their cars and parking lots, you're not doing community policing. You're not being proactive in the communities.
Well, that's very interesting.
It was interesting.
It's hard to disagree with anything he said, really.
Yeah, it sounds like both YouTubers had issues. I mean, there was definitely issues, and they both were doing things. It sounds like that they were not great behaviors, and it obviously led to what happened.
So it's hard. I mean, obviously he should. All of the blame. I mean, the number one person to blame is Manny. Is ultimately responsible for his own actions and what he did. Then the rest becomes like, but there's also sort of a system that allows this to happen. There's a culture that elevated it, that supported it, that told him he was in the right, that he's the good guy here, that he's justified, that helped him hunt this guy down, apparently, is what we're being told. I'd be curious I know there's some of you that are familiar with these two creators, but I've heard a few times now tonight that he ran scams. Can anybody be more specific about what type of scams he ran? What were those scams like? And were they like fundraising scams, things he did on the street? Because it looks like he did a lot of like street photography kind of stuff where he would dress up like the Joker or like a clown, which to me is a red flag anyway. People that, because when I saw the Joker thing with him, because he had like the full green, like the Heath Ledger looking Joker. And it made me think of that kid that shot up the movie theater. I guess like 20 years ago on the opening night of one of the Batman movies, and he got all into the Joker thing, and Chris Proudfoot, when he posted that Heath Ledger thing about basically that's sending the message that I may seem like a calm, nice guy, but you don't know what's underneath the madness, whatever, which was creepy and wild to me that he would put that out there.
Mary Jane said that Manny pepper sprayed Finny and his wife a few years back on Fremont Street and then assaulted Finny again a few months ago. So it sounds like some of this back and forth was pretty violent. I mean, that's pretty violent. So it doesn't sound like it was just one-sided.
Or one-sided. I mean, was Finny violent?
Well, they said Finny.
Manny?
Yeah, that was Manny had attacked many other streamers and people on Fremont Street, but then
I don't know that they were saying Finny attacked anybody.
No, I don't know that they've said anything that Finny did yet. I'm still looking. Mary Jane just said she's been around since day one when it started, and Manny is the common denominator of the problem.
Yeah, but and then
Mr. Cashman said that Finny was not violent.
I'm trying to think of the right analogy for this because Bubbly and Finny should be here. You know, that they should absolutely still be here. And there are thousands of people that have criticized other people on social media and been critics and drug other people and insulted, right? And he's the one that got attacked, and this terrible thing happened to him. But there is also a risk you take when you insult someone for a year, because you go after them and you dox them and you threaten their livelihood with their YouTube channel, and you get into copyright strikes and challenge each other's manhood and all this kind of thing. You just don't know what kind of person you might be dealing with. So he has a little bit of responsibility on it too. He did allow himself to get drug into this.
Well, because you have the power to just ignore it.
Of course.
You have the power to ignore it. And that also, you know, when you feed into it, even with good intention, it can backfire in your face.
Yeah.
Eric with an H says, person is accountable. YouTube allowed it. Sorry.
That's a good point.
Where there is accountability as well. I'm not a lawyer, but the proof is in the pudding. I agree. And then Brandy said a very important thing as well. Kids unalive themselves all the time due to online bullying, in my opinion. That's not an opinion. That you don't have to say in my opinion on that, because that is a fact.
I was trying to remember today when I was preparing for this, I was trying to find, I could not remember this one girl's name. I was looking for a specific story about this. There are so many online bullying suicide stories with girls that I couldn't find it, because it was just a sea of them. There are so many that have done that. So it's absolutely a huge problem that way. It's like, and what this guy was saying in this video, he's saying that Las Vegas police, they knew about it, that they've had it reported to them, and he's saying they're watching the street cams. They're not watching the live streams. And I think it's almost like the police are behind the times on what's going on online.
Mm-hmm.
And
I believe that
if it's not physically on the street in their jurisdiction, it's like it didn't happen.
Right.
When a death threat happens online, it's like, that's just a TV show, or it's just internet nonsense. And it shouldn't be treated that way. They're going to have to adapt, and start, and they're doing better about the online predator stuff and the kids.
Yeah, but they're behind the times on that too.
But they've been playing catch up on that also. And so now you've got people cyber stalking in real time, where people are coordinating with dozens of people to hunt this guy down, to assassinate him.
Well,
and it shouldn't have happened. He should have been alerted. The police could have been there. It sounds like they probably were told that this was a problem, and they just ignored it. He should be alive.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube should have pulled it.
Yeah, it should have been stopped.
I mean, there's a lot of ways this should never have happened.
Blessed Mom Finny lived in Arizona. He was just in town recording.
And the shooting that Mr. E was just talking about, M. Blanc 2323 said, my cousin John Blanc was unalived in the theater shooting. He saved his fiance, the one you were speaking about earlier.
Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh.
I can't remember I'm going to look it up.
The theater?
Mm-hmm. I can't remember his name.
Holmes?
Yeah.
I think his last name was Holmes. Wow.
And she also said that he had 3 kids and was in the Navy, but he didn't hesitate to shield his fiance.
Oh, my gosh.
That's so sad.
James Holmes.
Did they say this was a relative? Is that what they said?
Yeah, a cousin.
A cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Of all things for me to bring up.
I know. Isn't that strange?
Yeah. But anyway, I'm sure what a nightmare. Well, in this video of the shooting of Finny, you can see somebody covering up someone else at the scene too. I can't tell
I
if it's
saw
a
that.
child or a woman or what,
It looked like a woman to me.
but somebody jumps on top of somebody else also.
Holly S says, I had no idea this happened in other communities other than true crime.
Oh,
It's
we
my
heard the knitting
understanding
one was bad.
Well, the thing is I think, and what's interesting, if you really want to get, micro on it, is that there are so many, we are in a tiny sliver of the YouTube true crime community right here.
Yeah.
There are people who I'm assuming, I'm just making an assumption here, that follow, like, let's say that they're all in on the Idaho 4.
Right.
I would assume that there are probably similar situations that go on in the Idaho 4, or we know Karen Reed.
Probably worse.
Right. We know Karen Reed has a big divide of people going after each other. What's another one? Maddie Soto. Is there?
I don't know if there would be there as much because
it's pretty clear what happened.
Yeah. Because what
you know what I mean?
But probably. I mean, there probably still is.
There are probably people who go after people in every tiny sliver of YouTube. I mean, we talked to Middle E about it. We asked him about, does this happen? Because he likes to watch YouTube. Most kids his age do. Does this happen in the things that you watch? And he said, absolutely. He said, there are always problems. There's, what did he say? Swatting.
The swatting and the stream sniping is, he called stream sniping when people do this, actually.
Yes.
When you show up where someone's live streaming. That was his definition of stream sniping. And I thought it meant
like
something else.
Playing
live
someone's live while you're live is what I thought it was. But he had a different definition for that for sure. And I have to say something real quick. I'm looking at the screen. You look so tiny.
I know that bugs.
It bugs me because he's such a tall guy. He's a big guy.
Yeah, I'm closer to the screen than you guys are too.
I know, but I just think it's funny. He just looks so tiny to me.
And I know we've gotten some of the facts. I think Mr. Cashman and Simplify were worried about that we didn't have some of our facts correct, and we realize we don't know a lot about the background. But
sure, what did we get wrong?
Yeah,
he was wanting to come into the chat, and someone told him, if you have information, you can post it in the comments. But just that, that there was some misinformation that we were giving out, and I'm not really sure
what.
Well, if there's any misinformation, of course, we would like to clear that up. That's the thing with a history like this between these two men. It's sprawling. I mean, there's so much because when a situation like that happens, every day is a new drama. One day a guy doxes one, the next day the guy tries to get somebody fired from their job. Next day they're pepper spraying each other on Fremont Street. Just every day because that's how the drama thing goes. You got to do something to keep the flames going.
Talk about the lady on YouTube that you were telling us about earlier, the lady that was beating on the doors of YouTube today.
Oh, you want to do this? Yeah.
Well, hold on just a second. And Lolo, I agree. Too many creators going real life. I mean, and then Dreaming of Blue Sky says there's a book called The Anxious Generation is interesting. It talks about the epidemic of teen mental illness being linked to the change from play based to phone based social media childhoods. I think that there's some desensitization for sure. That well, that's very different in this generation as opposed to ours, for example.
We want to talk about some desensitization. This story also came up today. This lady is
hold on one second. Uber Fubar. Hi, Uber. Nice to see you. Uber. Sorry we didn't get back to you last week. We were on vacation.
Yes, I think Auntie
talked to you a little bit. Yeah.
Yes, I did.
But yes, so this is but
and thank you for your super chat.
Yes, thank you so much.
He wants to know what he missed.
Wow.
We're not sure either. We're kind of trying to piece this thing together as best we can. But essentially, two YouTubers had a ongoing feud for about a year or so. And last night in Las Vegas, in front of the Bellagio, a YouTuber named Manny Wise, I think that he goes by, from a channel called Sin City Family, gunned down another YouTuber and his wife, Finny the legend, and the wife named Bubbly, and they are both deceased at the scene, and it was all live streamed. And so we're kind of talking about the role of, I mean, obviously the loss there and what kind of led up to that, what YouTube, the community, society, the government, all these people, what
there's a lot of people
we
that,
all play and allowing situations like that to happen. I'm if there's going to be any good that comes from it, I hope it starts to get people's attention about policing this, because it's death threats and things of that nature that have been going on nonstop. It could be stopped. You cut off the money to the people and they'll behave better. And it's really that simple.
Blue Eyes Dumpling says, my nephew hung himself from bullying online and in school when he was 13. I'm so sorry.
That's horrible.
It's a nightmare.
Alicia, I agree with you. I think that YouTube is going to end up being sued into bankruptcy because they've allowed this insanity on the platform.
Again,
I think there's going to be some legislation to come from it, or definitely some legal action against them. It's got to be headed that way.
Well, that's the thing, is that what's that
section? It's called Section 230C of, I think it's called the Communications Act.
See, the problem.
Immunity.
Well, see, the problem is a lot of the social media owners of the companies have all cozied up to DJT, and DJT has a social platform as well.
Sure, all the big money people are invested in this.
Right.
Sure. It's not in their best interest to it, but that's what's going to happen.
Because if that gets taken down, then they're opening themselves up to liability and a lot more responsibility.
What they're going to have to make them do, they're going to have to make the platforms make a choice. You're either a platform or you're a publisher. You're not both. Like, it'd be like, and if you don't, I don't know, maybe some of you understand this argument, maybe some of you don't, but if I'm just going to explain it as simple,
talk to me
in the simplest way I can about what the issue is. If you're just a platform, then it's like saying, if I got on my phone and I called Auntie and made a death threat, my phone company is not responsible for me making that death threat. They're just a tool.
They're the carrier. Yeah.
They're not an editor. They're not a publisher. They don't make decisions. It's just a line going between us, right? They get treated like a platform. They're not responsible for what's said on the phone, plagiarism, vile threats, anything like that, right? A publisher, think of like somebody that prints a newspaper. They're responsible for what their reporters say in the paper. There's certain protections of free speech and different things that you get as being a platform or a publisher. What Section 230 does is it lets you have the benefits of being both.
Okay.
With all of the immunities that come with being both. So it's like, yeah, you can come on here. So YouTube can come on here and say, we want to ban anybody that talks badly about the Chicago Bulls. And they can make that publishing decision, limit your free speech, but not take responsibility for crimes that happen on their platform or slander or anything else. But they're exercising the right to edit.
Oh, I get it.
So they get to have they get to edit, they get to have power with no responsibility. It'd be like that's the issue. They want to have their cake and eat it too, basically. That's what needs to be done away with. Make them make a choice. YouTube's either a platform or they're a publisher.
Well, and they're a publisher. They're not a platform because they have terms of service. When they set criteria for what people are supposed to do or not do, then they go beyond just being that utility. That's like saying, oh, the internet's responsible for all the people that have because there's the internet, that's responsible for all these children that have unalived themselves because of cyberbullying, because that was the tool they used. And the internet does have terms of service, I guess, to a degree, but pretty much anything can be on the internet. It's kind of like a phone. You can pick up the phone and say whatever you want to someone. But YouTube has terms of service. They just don't follow their terms of service. And it's so liberal that obviously things like this can happen, and things and bad things happen as a result of them allowing them to continue even after complaint after complaint. They don't have a good enough check and balance system to make sure that these people are checked out, and they break a term of service, then they lose their privileges.
It's only self-policing. They're their own police. Nobody,
right? Or they let
there's no consequence.
They let the other YouTubers turn people in, and obviously, just like one of our other viewers said, he'd written letters, and they just give you some kind of generic response, and they don't, he feels like they're not doing anything, and they probably aren't.
There's no consequence. Nobody can sue them,
right?
Yet. But if there's no consequence, they're just going to go where the money is, and the money is just let it flow, let it be the Wild West.
Chronicles of the Shetty says, "What about not following their own terms of service as written?"
I know they don't.
It's like the king breaking their own laws or something. There's nobody to.
Rules for thee, but not for me, type of thing. They just allow it. And people complain, but nothing's done, and it does break terms of service.
Oh, I was just going to say, Simplify was really wanting to come up on our panel, but we don't really do a panel show. We're just kind of a family deal. We don't really have guests.
Yeah, we don't. We've
had one guest. No, two. We did let John Q come up once.
Yeah, we did.
But we've known him a long time. And we had one actual guest, but that's it. So
it's just generally not the format we like to do. And maybe just so we have better control over what's happening on our own show.
Right.
He did ask us a question, though. He said, "Do you all agree that it's a person's choice to put themselves in the public spotlight?"
That's a loaded question in a way.
Of course.
You can put yourself in the spotlight. That when you go on YouTube, you to a certain degree, you are putting yourself in a spotlight where people can criticize you. And it's fine for people to criticize. That's part of freedom of speech. There are politicians I really like and politicians I dislike, and that's local, state, and all the way up to, the big offices. But criticism is one thing, and harassment and bullying and stalking and doxing is a completely different issue.
Yeah, we came on here, we fully expected to have people just not like you and say they don't like you. You expect that. You expect criticism. You don't expect people to be online coordinating your whereabouts so that someone can physically locate you.
Right.
You don't expect to have CPS called on your family just because you're, commentating on whatever your tourism or
right.
knitting, or whatever topic it is, sports or whatever you're doing. You're never going to please everyone if you choose to put yourself out there, of course. But I think, the laws are actually pretty clear where the lines are about, ongoing stalking, harassment. And then there's, unfortunately, these things just get ignored. Laws are only as strong as our willingness to enforce them. And we've seen just in the Sebastian Rogers case, countless death threats. Nobody's done a single thing about any of it. Not
even the ones that have been reported.
All of the death threats, I don't know if they're real or not.
But we do know that of some that have been reported and nothing has happened.
Some of them we have seen, we know for a fact they happened. Not a thing has happened.
Right.
Law enforcement does not care. Could not care any less. They allow this culture.
It's because they don't understand it.
They allow it. Mm-hmm. So we've got the laws, but you've got to enforce them at some point, or these things happen.
Right.
This is what happens.
Well, it's like,
there apparently there were assaults, there was ongoing bullying, harassment, death threats, everything else. They could have stepped in and maybe they did do something to Manny. Did Manny ever go to jail or get protective orders or anything like that placed against him?
I think a couple people mentioned that he had filed some things against him, and then
we've got a few people in chat that seem to really know what's going on. Mary Jane says Manny has made several threats to Finny. Finny has only responded, and we've seen that too. We've actually seen that in our own community where people just, where they're responding and slapping back or clapping back is what they call it, right? And then it just makes it worse. So we've seen that as well.
Women's Warrior said, we have ombudsman for everything in the UK. Is there not one for YouTube? No.
Didn't we have an ombudsman life insurance policy when we were younger?
I think that was the name of it. Yeah.
What is
I think we did.
I don't know what that is. What is ombudsman?
It's I'll give you the Chat GPT version.
Okay. Oh, speaking of which, I was looking something up earlier. I wanted to find out how Las Vegas defined open murder, because that's what this guy's being charged with for these two. And some of you probably already knew this, and I probably should have too, but it means a prosecutor charges a suspect with 4 types of homicides: first degree, second degree, voluntary manslaughter, and involuntary manslaughter in a single case. This allows the prosecution to present evidence supporting different levels of culpability and allows the jury to decide on the most appropriate charge based on the facts.
Wow.
So,
well, this is interesting. And an ombudsman is an independent, impartial official who investigates and resolves complaints made by individuals against organizations, especially public institutions or government agencies. And their features are they're neutral and independent and not aligned with any side of the dispute. Handles complaints from the public about unfair treatment, poor service, or administrative errors, and make recommendations, not orders. Usually cannot enforce decisions, but can make recommendations. Well, I'm sure there are people that make recommendations to YouTube all the time, even legally. I'm sure there's attorneys that people get and they send things to YouTube and say, you need to stop this discussion, or this person's harassing, that kind of thing. And but basically they're just kind of like a mediator that makes recommendations about a situation that's like an arbitrary investigator. But it sounds like to me it's more of a governmental agency and not necessarily internet, because it says government, corporate, organizational, or financial services. The only thing it would possibly fall under is possibly corporate, because a YouTube is a business. But other than that, we don't have anything like that here that you can complain that way.
Marie McCall, this is funny. I just wanted to say I've reported some of the channels and all of a sudden I get gifted memberships to the channels.
Hilarious.
That's really funny.
That is funny.
I've been hearing that YouTube relies heavily on AI to do their, that's my understanding, to do their monitoring, that they don't have the manpower to actually watch all these channels, so they rely on it. So maybe you typing in whatever channel you were reporting, the AI just picked up, oh, this person's a fan of that channel, let's send them a gifted membership.
Yeah,
maybe it worked that way.
Well, it's funny, last night I thought you were watching a certain channel and you got gifted a membership and you said I wasn't watching.
Yeah, I wasn't even watching it. No.
I thought that was pretty hysterical. I actually said you were, because I figured you were, because I thought you had to be on the channel to get gifted.
I've had that happen twice in the last week, actually.
Oh, really?
I got gifted on another. Yeah, that I barely have watched it all, but yeah, I mean, I don't know why that's happening.
And there was something else I was going to say. I don't remember. Okay, I guess that doesn't matter. Oh, Eric with an H. And we met Eric in person. Very nice person. They miss 60%. I've done the research. Wow.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, Brandy says you only have to be a sub to get a gifted membership. But I thought you'd actually have to be.
I think you have to chat in order to get.
Well, he wasn't though, and I actually I was in the bushes watching, and he wasn't even watching. He was watching something on Hulu.
Oh wow!
And I said, "Oh, he must be lurking or something." And
yeah, because it came out
and I was like,
yeah.
I made a joke to him about it because he brought the dogs out to go potty. And anyway, long story short, he said, "No, I wasn't watching. I was watching TV." So he wasn't even on the channel and got gifted a membership. I thought that was pretty funny. And just so you know, just so you feel safe, just a RN. Hey, I haven't reported you, mystery.
So that's how I'm still getting away with this. You have not reported me yet. Well, apparently it doesn't matter. Even if you do.
Yeah.
It's the Wild West out here.
Hi, all I need is Jesus, coffee, and true crime. I was watching one channel live when Mr. E got his gifted membership.
Well, thank you to whoever gifted me that membership. I wasn't there to see who it was, but thank you to whoever that was.
Yeah, Holly, I've gotten some funny memberships too. That's funny. Well, do you want to go forward with your next section?
Well, I was just going to play this. You might have seen this today. This lady's name is Natalie Reynolds. She's in the ball cap here. Should I just play the video or give the setup for what she's about to have her do?
It's up to you. I haven't seen it.
So what she's offering this homeless lady who's got her, in the kind of pink there, is $20 to jump in this lake. The homeless lady cannot swim.
No. All right. You know why I wasn't going to? Because my feet were getting. You should just jump in right now. I'm gonna jump in with my shoes on. Okay. Ready? Yeah. Ready? Oh! Wait, what the fuck? Did you see her ass? What? Oh, You said it was okay. You said you wanted to swim. You told me to jump in. I didn't tell you to jump in. Yes, you did. Thank you guys. We're gonna have you guys get off the stop. Wait, who is that? The fuck is going on?
This is bad language night here on the E's.
No.
I can't swim. I can only float.
Oh, she might literally die.
No, stop. Seriously, don't stop. Please, you're actually freaking me out. No, please. Please, guys. No, she's floating. I'm gonna fucking kill her. She says she's drowning.
Oh, this is bad.
Sorry, I didn't know. Wait.
Oh, this is bad.
Dude, Natalie.
Dude, I'm sorry, I didn't know. She said she's drowning. She said she's drowning.
I think you literally just murdered the lady.
No, I didn't. I swear.
I think you
No, I didn't. Let's go. There, she's drowning in the lake.
God, there's a fire truck.
They left her?
They left her.
Natalie.
Wait, this is really bad.
So, we were talking about, the lady, of my understanding, the homeless lady lives, but, she's obviously not mentally well, the homeless person.
This lady's not mentally well.
Well, and this lady's not either. Yeah.
They're neither one. Oh my gosh. Is that what our world is like now?
So then this is her. So she gets banned from TikTok, right?
Oh yeah, she throws a fit. I saw this video.
Natalie Reynolds.
Yeah.
Somebody I will never let my kids watch.
This happened, I think, today. She was at the headquarters yesterday.
Oh, I saw.
God, you won't let me in. I need my TikTok account unbanned. I don't understand, please. I just want my account unbanned. I can't do this anymore.
So then, and then she makes some other video crying about, whatever. So I think the people are asking, I believe the lady lived, the homeless person lived, because other people, not her crew, came running to the rescue, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
It's but this is what this is to me, is an example of this dehumanization,
right,
of people online, where they are content for some people and not people anymore. For her, it's can I get this lady to jump into the lake? And there's like, what, 4 people in their crew, all in their 20s. Anybody could have jumped in there and pulled her back to the dock. And there's probably even life rings and everything else hanging all over the place there because of where they're located. Done anything to help this lady, and they just run away. and they know they're in the wrong, because when you listen to what they're saying, they're like, oh, you're murdering that
Well, she's laughing. She's like,
and she's
I'm not a
laughing,
murderer.
jumping in the car, and didn't do anything to try to stop what.
Right.
Even, I mean, if she'd have went in and said, hey, I was just kidding. Come on. I didn't want you to do that. And she helped her out, but she just left her there.
Yeah. And for her, it's about this. Now her TikTok shut down. This has got her upset. The lady that's drowning in the lake that she's responsible for doesn't bother her at all. It's giggle time, and let's go get in the car and keep the cameras rolling. But once they shut her down, now it's time for now we're banging on doors.
Now we're crying.
Now we're upset.
Yeah, because her TikTok account got shut down.
Can you imagine?
I saw that this morning, and I didn't know what the reason was. I just saw the video because it was viral.
You saw this one?
Yes. And I didn't know what she had done. I didn't know what she'd done, but I saw it on TikTok. It came up, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, why is she throwing such a fit?"
Yeah. So there's something in my mind about this. Everything's got good and bad. There's good things about social media. There's bad things about social media. The bad is how detached we are from real people in real life, and they're not. People don't see each other as human beings.
They're desensitized to anything that has to do with respect and people, and it's just it's complete desensitization of all of it.
Yeah, I think she should be charged criminally for what she did to that woman.
I agree.
Endangerment of some sort, maybe not attempted murder.
Woman's Warrior has a better
criminal
plan.
criminal mischief, something like that.
I'm not sure that I would make. Okay, I agree.
Yeah,
but
that's a great idea.
No, she should never get a phone back.
Yeah,
because that would be the worst punishment for this kind of person, because she clearly loves making the content.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? If you told me I couldn't be on our show tomorrow, I could never do this again, I'd be like, okay, cool. It wouldn't bother me. That's not a good punishment for me. But somebody like her, somebody that's beating on the door of TikTok, the worst punishment you could do to that girl is to never let her be on social media again. Never let her have an iPhone again.
Yeah.
Or whatever phone.
Well, we've constantly, though, as consumers, have fed this beast, because everybody's watching TikTok and everybody's
just as bad.
Yeah. We're feeding it because we watch it and we are like, oh my gosh, did you see this video? This girl did this, and so I don't think it's ever going to stop. There's got to be some parameters at some point, or it's just going to be chaos. I just think it's going to get to a level of complete irrationality.
Real Me Too agrees with me. She should be banned forever.
She might be banned forever from TikTok. I'm not sure how that's going to go. TikTok,
I think, is more
a little more heavy-handed on the banning.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard some people say that they like TikTok better because TikTok allows you to block people where they can't see your content, where they can't comment on your content or any of that stuff, and that they like that more. But I barely know how to look at TikTok, so we don't even have it on our phones. We have it on a separate phone.
It's the TikTok phone.
It's the TikTok phone, because I'm stressed about having my identity stolen from TikTok.
Right.
I have been.
Well, and the thing that I find is our mom, she is on there, and she has a hard time discerning what's really truth and what's not.
Well, just like today. Tell what happened today.
So today I'm scrolling through, and a Justin on TikTok video comes up by someone else.
Not our Justin, but Justin on TikTok.
No,
but he's changed his name to Justin Crime, I think now.
Justin Crime. Okay. Well, it was a video of him with the date 6/7/25. So this is in the last 2 days.
Take it back. Just in the nick of crime. That's what it is.
Okay.
Just in the nick of crime.
It was someone took his entire video. They had put on 6/7/25, so for 2 days ago, and it said Sebastian Rogers break in the case, and it's an old video back when the Cajun Navy was involved, and about them searching a park and finding disturbed ground with possible traces of blood. But they had it dated June 7th.
Today.
And I was, yeah. Is that today?
Or was that yesterday?
Yeah, whatever. It was June 7th.
And she doesn't know what the creator was because she tried to find it later and couldn't.
It was like user 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It was like one of those weird usernames. But they had dated it, and here it is on YouTube. So somebody that didn't know a whole lot about the case or had heard of it is thinking, oh, there's something new going on with the case, and it's dated today, so it's got to be recent. You'd have to know the case really well to know that none of it was accurate because it happened over a year ago. And it was just within the first 4 months or so of the case. And and like I was saying, our mom will get on there and she'll see things and she is positive it's true. It's look, and she'll send it to me. I'm like, that creator is not credible. That's not true. But you just don't know. And that's what the world of TikTok is a bunch of people can say anything they want. And then it just gets all these views and clicks and it just goes crazy. And I hate it. I mean, YouTube can be just as bad, but at least with YouTube, I usually find it a little more credible than TikTok. TikTok, shoot, the aliens are landing, one day and this is happening and that's happening. And, it's just not
when are the aliens landing?
Obviously tomorrow, according to this TikToker. I mean, it's just crazy. And it is funny. Somebody said that's why AI is a little scary to me. I agree. AI is a little scary.
What's scary to me is that I made another cup of coffee at 8:30 at night.
Yeah, that is scary.
Problem with AI is AI almost does like group think consensus. And so I've had AI try to help me like gather some research to start working on streams or whatever. And then I'm like, well, that's not true. What AI is saying. They'll slide in a rumor as fact because AI has a hard time telling the difference between something that's credible or not. It just sees what's out there.
I'm not going to get into what the rumor or what the misinformation was, but we were doing some Sebastian work on it.
Yeah.
And it had one that we know for a fact is not true.
Yeah.
And it was sliding it in as fact. I'll tell you offline, Aunt E, but it was crazy. We were just like, what? So that's when we realized you do not trust AI.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
He had to teach AI to ignore that particular source of information.
Well, but it only ignores it for us.
Yeah.
It won't ignore it
for the public.
Yeah. So everybody would have to go in and say that information is incorrect.
So how do you teach AI discernment? I don't know. Maybe that'll happen, but there's going to be growing pains with it.
Well, Eric with an H said AI hallucinations. And that's another thing. All the AI generated videos that they use that look so real. And, it starts to change people's perception. They might see a video of Abraham Lincoln unaliving Thomas Jefferson or something crazy. I mean, it can be any kind of video that they put together and you think is that real? Did that happen? But it puts that thought in your mind. So even if you kind of know that didn't really happen, you've kind of got a preconceived idea, and they do that to taint your views on people.
What's wrong? Oh my goodness. I was trying to push her up and she was falling off my leg.
But you know what I mean? I think AI just totally kind of distorts our perception of reality, especially the videos.
Because your eyes just register what it sees,
right?
Mm-hmm.
So it can't.
It enters like your. The old term seeing is believing. That's not true anymore. Seeing is not believing, because lots of the things that you can see on YouTube or on anything generated with AI can be completely not true at all. But your eyes just saw it. It looked true. It looked like he really said that, or it looked like he really did that. But but your mind perceives it as that, even though you kind of know it's not. It's not true. It's hard to that discernment. I think it's going to be harder the longer we have it for people to stay in the world of reality.
Ashley, I saw that kangaroo video and it was adorable.
I did too. That was hilarious.
I loved it. I'm sorry that it's AI. I really wished it was real. I loved it.
But you know what I'm saying? The deep fakes. Somebody Sunset Gazing put deep fakes. That exactly.
Oh, let me see.
They did. The dogs went to the beach.
Yes, they went to the
All
beach
of our dogs.
too.
Yes.
All the dogs.
Charlie got to go. Bailey and Brownie got to go.
And they got along really good, actually. They do better on neutral territory.
Yeah, when one comes to the other, well, our dogs are not allowed to come to her house, but that's a whole other story.
That's not my fault.
No. But well, it's not their fault either.
No, it's not.
But anyway, when they're on when her dog comes here when they're visiting, it's just a big constant battle for who's alpha. And it's everybody's stressed, but they are able to enjoy themselves more on neutral ground. But unfortunately, we always have to get houses that are pet friendly, which means other pets have been there. So it takes them a few days to relax because they smell the other pets that have been there previously.
Mm-hmm.
So
we had a nice little fenced-in backyard for them to go out, and
I love that backyard. The bugs were terrible.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it was hard to be out there, and then there was little poison ivy over to the side that we had to watch out for. But I it wasn't Aunt E's favorite house that we've had. We've had better houses.
I won't do that one again. Yeah.
Well,
but we it's trial and error. We like to try different places.
I mean, I liked it, but I had, I got lucky with the ensuite bathroom this year. So
yes, you did.
Yeah.
Granny and I wanted more to be downstairs than we wanted the ensuite bathroom. So
I was going to say it was very pleasant upstairs.
Yeah, you all had the whole upstairs. Yeah.
We did have.
I had to sleep with Granny, and we had to sleep head to toe.
That was your choice. We told you we could rearrange things. There were multiple beds that could have been done.
Yeah, it worked out just fine.
You know what I realized when we were checking out? I didn't tell you this. Or when we were getting everything to leave, that there was also another trundle under the bunk. So we could have brought all the kids in one room, and you could have had that other room to yourself.
Thanks.
I realized that when we were getting everything.
Oh, we had a huge trundle, but once you pulled it out, you couldn't walk in the room. It went all the way to the closet, and so that's why we didn't have our trundle out. Yeah, there's tons of places to sleep, but
I think
I saw Ed the zebra.
Yeah, I think that was real. I guess. Was that real? I think.
Where they picked him up and flew him out?
Yeah.
Did they get him?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they got him.
His name is Ed?
I thought people were calling him Zed. Or was it Ed?
I don't know.
Maybe it was Ed.
Maybe we should.
They helicopter airlifted him out.
We're gonna have to see this. Okay, hold on. Did he ask them if they know, if they've heard this?
People in the chat have been talking about it.
Another thing, Eric said as we're talking about that, he just says AI has been pushed too quickly. There's a lot of security risks associated with it. Musk said it before, but everyone wants to fail forward, and now hackers are using it to hack platforms. And that is true. That's another big drawback with AI. It's being used irresponsibly.
I found it.
Yeah,
just a little note.
Yeah, it's everybody's always scared of the progress, and there's always bad that comes with it, but there's going to be good that comes with it too.
The media called him Ed, but his owner said that's not his real name.
Well, maybe it's his YouTube name.
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
His real name was Zeke. Yes,
okay,
this was for those of you that don't know. These people in Tennessee bought a pet zebra, and were putting it on their farm, and it escaped.
Hold on, yours can come back in just a second. Oh, go on, Aunt E. I'm just.
The zebra escaped, and he's been loose all over Tennessee for several days, and they have been trying to get him.
There he is. Missing zebra finally located.
So we
look.
Christiana, Tennessee. I don't know where that is.
That's pretty far. The zebra got far.
Got really far. He got far. Yes. And I watched they had the helicopters and drones following him, and he was just running through pastures and running around.
We should have had a zebra watch. We should have had, yeah. So here,
the people, Detective Mom said they bought 2. Play the Ring camera video of him. So cute. Oh, he was on somebody's Ring camera. That's hilarious.
This is around the time we had the bear in Sumner County too.
Oh yeah,
because
but didn't the bear didn't the bear pass away?
Yes, got hit on the interstate or the highway.
Yeah.
Zebra, Tennessee Ring doorbell. I don't know if I have that one.
Uber Fubar says zebra bungee jumper has a slow day.
Oh, I think I found it.
I didn't know people could have zebra as pet. I assumed that they were considered too exotic or that they weren't. They wouldn't
hysterical.
do well. But I mean, on a farm, I guess they can do okay.
Hold on, I'm getting them.
So where did it
he's
start?
From Christiana, Tennessee. He was from Christiana, Tennessee, near Murfreesboro.
And made it to where? Is that where it was the whole time?
I don't know. There he is on the Ring camera.
Can you imagine?
I mean, can you imagine the double take he would do?
Okay, here he goes. He's out of here.
I mean, that was May 31st.
Well,
how cute is that?
It is.
Zebra cam. Cute little neighborhood.
Kansas City Chiefs First Life says we have a bear in town here in East Tennessee. I mean, East Tennessee's got a bunch of bears, though.
Sorry. But they got him back. He's back on the farm.
No, I don't know.
Jenny Machete says, I've never heard of having a zebra as a pet. I'm sure it's not allowed certain places, if not everywhere. I didn't think that you were allowed to have zebras as pets either, but obviously
I think Tennessee is actually pretty liberal on what pets you can have. Okay, sorry.
Let's get back to it.
Sorry, Dad. I actually have to start nighttime medicine and get some puppies walked. So
did you pull?
I'll add it back to the stage. There you go.
So this is from his channel. This is 5 days before he was shot, and this will kind of give you a little glimpse of the kind of what might have led up to him being shot here.
Let's get this clear though, y'all, because we all laugh and joke. This is a PR moment. We all laugh and joke. But mental illness is real, and we can clearly see this guy is mentally ill. So one thing about it, that's why I want to put it on y'all too. If he give us another strike and I got 3, y'all know that channel mean everything to him. He don't got no outside friends, nothing. I don't think I could do it in my heart. And I'm saying this on live so he can hear it too. Shout out LDT. But I don't think I can take his channel from him, man, because I think he's so close to going in the closet, man, and he's so close, man.
Fuck that. You know what the first thing I asked you? Did you give him a strike? Fuck that. You swing at me, we swinging back twice. Boot him to the motherfucking moon.
Okay, why are we watching this?
So let me.
I'm sorry. Can you pause it for a second?
That's the end of it.
Well, that language is unacceptable for me.
Well, it is, but it's basically showing that he didn't want to give him a third strike. He didn't want to do anything to get his channel taken down because he wasn't trying to be malicious.
Yeah,
that's basically what we're showing.
Yeah, we just have this is the way their whole channels are. So
okay,
I mean, there's just no.
Well, you know what? You can play it, and I'll go take the dogs out for the potty, and you can do what you want.
But
just tune it out.
Just showing.
I just can't.
This is kind of what was going on with their drama and leading up to what probably we know what happened. I started looking for other. Let's see. Yeah, I started looking for other. I want to share this.
I love that Uber Fubar said zebra wasn't spotted. They have stripes. That's good.
So I started trying to find other cases and, see if there's anything else like this going on. There's actually a lot of reports on this particular event, but this blog went into better detail. So this is a blog that was on Facebook by Blaze Gomez. And Ellenville is in New Jersey. Ellenville stabbing. A fistfight turned stabbing in broad daylight Monday has landed 2 injured men under arrest in Ellenville. The incident happened shortly after 10 a.m. on Center Street, according to Ellenville police, who say they responded to the location following a report of a fight with knives, but initially found no one there. Officers, however, noticed a blood trail and followed it to Warren Street, where police say they found one of the men with multiple stab wounds and another with a head wound. The man stabbed, 32-year-old Christopher Nadal of Ellenville, was taken to the hospital where he was found to be stabbed down to the bone in his arm. Frederick Thompson, 54, of Ellenville, refused medical attention and was found in the scene in possession of multiple knives, according to police. Authorities say he was treated by EMS at the scene and arrested for assault and criminal possession of a weapon, both felonies. He was arraigned and held without bail due to prior felony convictions, police say. Nadal was captured on video initiating the fight by punching Thompson, according to police. He was treated and released from the hospital and arrested and charged with misdemeanor assault. And then this is the part. Police say the altercation was caused by an ongoing back and forth dispute between both men over social media postings. The incident remains under investigation. So that was just like, 6 days ago, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found,
I'm seeing if there's anything.
I was looking for stuff on this, and I found this this lady. This was her thesis, and she was doing a for California State University San Bernardino. Brandy Jones. This is for social sciences graduate work, and she wrote this thesis on the influence of social media on murder. And I read through a bit of this today. Thesis, they can be kind of tedious reads because they just are. But I wrote down a few case studies that she had done. And one was Gerald Parker in 2016 was shot to death for posting that someone couldn't rap, and that they met to fight, and instead he was shot to death after that. So for a simple tweet, basically, of saying that somebody couldn't rap led to his death. Then there was a 55-year-old Prentice Robinson who was doing a Facebook Live, and apparently this guy, he would frequently do live streams of his neighborhood, and he lived in a neighborhood where there was a lot of drug dealing crime, and people had kind of told him, hey, if you keep showing these people dealing, it's going to end up getting you killed one day. And so he continued to do his daily lives, walk in the neighborhood or whatever. And he ended up filming a different 65-year-old man. And when the guy asked him what he was doing, he said, I'm filming you on a live. He pulled out a gun and shot him to death at the scene, just on the street. And it's kind of unclear why he did it. If it was because he knew who he was or what, but that action led to his death. Jesus Maldonado in 2012, he had made a meme making fun of a local gang in Texas, and a similar situation where Fabian Rojas challenged him to a fight, and when they met, he murdered him there.
Oh, wow.
So just kind of different situations, and she kind of goes through, if you're interested in it, this is the scholarworks.lib.csusb.edu was where I picked this up at, but it was kind of interesting reading through it. And she kind of goes into a lot of kind of things we know, that mockery and jokes and things can escalate things, that there's a certain amount of anonymity that makes people feel bolder. I think that, things that are sort of probably obvious to us. Boy, that looks okay. Now I brought that back. There's the anonymity issue for people, detachment, dehumanization, all these things we've kind of been talking about. So we've talked a lot about how, obviously Manny's the one ultimately responsible. And when you don't have to watch a lot of him to kind of get a sense that there's something not quite right with him. There's an overcompensation, all the jewelry, the attitude, just the whole thing. There's a phoniness to him. And and then Manny's part in it. He had already been assaulted by this man physically twice, so he's violent.
Right.
And maybe he's been physical to other people too. So this is a man capable of violence. And I don't know. It's hard for me to make a lot of great strong judgments about whether or not, like, who was more in the right in this feud at all, or whatever.
Mhm.
But ultimately, he's gone now, and it wasn't worth it.
Right.
I know there's people that liked him in our chat and are defending him and saying, that he was exposing this man's fraudulent schemes and scams or whatever. But was that worth your life?
Right.
Was
They said
that
he
worth?
came on. I think he came on once a week. He had like the same day once a week. The Finny guy was on every day, but the Manny guy just came on. I think they said on maybe Mondays. It was just a certain day of the week that he was on.
Finny had this a Tuesday thing where he would make fun.
Was it fit? What? Okay.
Yeah. Like I was saying earlier, I was trying to think of an analogy, because it's not Finny's fault that he's not here. It's Manny's fault. But it's kind of like, it's like if I go walk down a dark alley alone where there's no one around and I get jumped and mugged, it's ultimately the mugger's fault, but I have some responsibility for not being a little more aware of my surroundings.
Right.
Putting myself in a dangerous, vulnerable position. And when you've got a heated beef with a guy that's already physically assaulted you twice, and he's made death threats since at least October that I saw, and you live stream your location in his town, it at the very least was poor judgment.
Yeah.
And that's
what
unfortunate.
Deanna said. People have to be aware of their surroundings at all times. Not good to be under any influence, as the lower ones be under any influence as it lowers one's guard and reaction time. Of course, that's absolutely true. And then M. Blanc said Finny was 1 day a week. Yes.
Yeah, I think it was a Tuesday deal. And,
yeah, he did it like once a week.
More than us.
Well,
we would like
that was his drama day, basically, with Manny. I guess he would do. That's what we were saying. And but then there's also the supporters of these channels.
I did see a statement from the daughter of the deceased couple. She made a statement. Just
will you read it?
I can read it.
Oh, probably shouldn't.
Is it bad?
It's just really sad. It's really sad.
Is it on X?
I had it up. I have to find it. Hang on a second.
If you know,
her name was Kia.
Is Kia?
Yes. Her name is Kia. Let me see if I can find it. I was just on it. I can forward it to you. I'm sending it to our group. It was by someone called Clips. It just says daughter of the couple unalived in last night's double homicide shooting on Las Vegas Strip, mourns her parents after devastating loss.
Okay, I'll find them.
Yeah, I just sent it.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's right, Deanna. We do need to pray for their family. Pray for them.
Yeah, they all have family involved here, both sides of this.
I think there's children on both sides. And the Las Vegas police did put up a statement that just said arrested under their statement.
Well, as far as justice for him goes, it's hard to imagine him, getting out of this. Okay, so I see it here. All right, so we come back and share that.
Yes, Women's Warrior. They have caught, and I think he turned himself in.
It says he walked in. Yeah.
All right, so. All right, here we go.
It just says 9 hours ago, says suspect arrested.
So this is from Kia. Rest in peace, Mom and Dad. Nothing in this world could have prepared me for losing both of my parents in one night. I'm living in a nightmare that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. I've never felt pain like this. I feel empty, confused, helpless. I'm still in shock. My heart is beyond heavy. There's a part of me that's gone and it can never be replaced. My dad and I shared a birthday that's coming up this Saturday, June 14th. I never imagined I'd have to face it without him. And with Father's Day right after, it's just so unreal. I'm at a loss for words. The man who raised me, protected me, loved me isn't here. My mom was the most beautiful, intelligent, God-fearing, and selfless woman I've ever known. She gave so much of herself and asked for nothing in return. To be her child was the biggest blessing. None of this feels real. I feel like I'm floating outside of my own body. I can't cry enough. I'll never be the same. I don't even know how to move forward, but I do know how deeply I love them, and I know they will forever watch over me and guide me. A small part of me feels just a little more at peace knowing they passed away laying next to each other till death do us part. That kind of love is rare.
That's sad. So sad.
Terrible.
There are, there's other victims besides the two deceased. It's horrible. Just horrible.
Yeah. So, and there's grandchildren there too. I mean, it's so. I mean, so pointless. Really over YouTube beefs. It's just so pointless. And the guy, it's not even, the guy had plenty of time to rethink it. It's not like it happened in an instant. He drove around for a full day looking for him.
Well, and it does make me wonder what the wife knew he had something to unalive him with. She was right there with him, and then she took off. So it makes you wonder what role she will be. What role she played in it, and what she'll be charged with, or if she'll be charged. That's exactly.
Oh, the wife. Yes.
Yeah, the wife.
Yeah, because where's he been the last day too? Did somebody kind of help him?
Sure.
Yeah. But she walked away. I mean, they had that on the video as well. Someone had a video of her just walking off.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. Which video is that in?
I'm gonna have to look for it. But
I've heard
there were a couple people that mentioned it, that she just walked off.
This guy too, this Manny guy, it's like he thinks he's a character.
Mm-hmm.
I pulled up Ubar because they said these people think life comes with a respawn, making like a video game reference. What do you want to bet this guy plays a lot of video games? Because he just seems like the
kind of guy that plays a lot of video games,
like Grand Theft Auto type of guy.
I like what Women's Warrior said. Ripple effect, and the people who witnessed its traumatic experience, PTSD.
No
Absolutely.
kidding.
People on vacation enjoying the fountains of the Bellagio.
Oh yeah.
No clue about the beef or anything. Just innocent people standing there.
And they initially said 3 people were injured. Was anyone else hit?
Well, there's a person on the ground in the video, and it made me wonder. But the pew was not pointed that way.
No, I think that was probably a homeless, because Vegas has a lot of those that just lay around on the streets.
Well, someone was laying on top of them.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. It's not saying anyone else was unalived. It just says 2. But then the initial report said 3 people.
Another thing Women's Warrior said is ripple effect, and not that. Shouldn't need a trial. The evidence is compelling, I think. Is it a PD state? Like what's PD?
Probably meaning the opposite. death penalty?
Question
That's a
though.
good question. I'm going to check.
Well, the thing is, though, we know of a case here in Tennessee that we're going to be talking about in the future with Brandy Elliott. I mean, she admitted it. She had witnesses, sort of, and she unalived her daughter by drowning her last summer here in Hendersonville. And we initially thought she was taking a plea deal, but now there's going to be a trial.
Yes.
So
probably pleading insanity or something like that, I would guess. Nevada is a death penalty state, but what this says is that they haven't had an execution since 2006, and that it's reserved for first-degree murder cases with aggravating circumstances. So I don't know if they'll get that here. Probably not, if they haven't had one since 2006.
Sunset Gazing says the older you get, the more comfortable staying home and staying chill becomes. That's true. And
Yes.
I'm the worst about that. I love my home and I like to stay at my home. So, but I do enjoy when we get out.
I think.
Good night, Rita.
One of the reasons I wanted to do this story today was just I hope that it could be a cautionary tale for people. Try to be an optimist on that, and that maybe people will see how things like this can happen, learn from it, and not find themselves in those kind of situations. In any social media, anywhere. I mean, not just the little sector we're in, but there's we have a right to free speech, and we may not be policed the way we should, and our laws may not get enforced. But what happens one of the things that happens when the laws are not enforced, and YouTube doesn't enforce their own policies, and things become kind of the Wild West, people do sometimes just decide, I'm going to take the law into my own hands. I'm going to deal with things my own way. If the police are not going to help me, they feel helpless, and then they take things. And then that's why you can't have a lawless society, or you end up people will take things upon themselves.
Right. That's what I've been worried about. I really have been worried about that with like I said, our sliver of the community. I've been worried about that. There's just been a lot of over the line pushing, and I mean, even where the parents are involved,
could come from a lot of ways. Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me, but maybe this will be a little bit of to someone, it'll be a wake up call.
Yeah.
It's just not. Yeah, I would hope so.
L. Kennedy says Brandy sounds like temporary insanity, except for the fact that she had to walk 20 minutes in order to get to the spot where she did that.
And she had to hold her down for quite some time.
From our understanding, it was a long time.
Yeah, we're gonna cover that one.
Yeah, I think we have to.
Yes, Sunset Gazing, we are on Rumble, and if you guys are not on Rumble, it is a great alternate place to see us. YouTube is good, but sometimes things go astray, or if we get kicked off for any reason, we have Rumble as our backup channel, and we use that and post to that as well. So,
and what's funny about Rumble is we've made. I don't want to brag, but I did look at what we've made on Rumble. 20 cents in a year. So
wow,
I don't.
We are rolling in it.
That is
20 whole cents in a year on Rumble.
I'll let you keep my 6 cents.
You don't. Well, if you got paid, you don't get paid. So
I know I don't get anything anyway. So
we can't get rid of you. We try.
The 6.33 cents you can keep.
That's a good point, Kennedy. How long is temporary? Great point.
Right.
Don't spend it all in one place. Real Me Too says, you know what? The next time I see you, I'm spending that 20 cents on you.
We've heard rumors about this Brandy Elliott, about what she said. When we start getting into her, when they start getting into her,
oh, it's awful.
It's not even rumors.
Yes. Well, yeah, some of it's not. What she says to the police, it's just so cold blooded. You're going to wish they did give her the death penalty, most likely, because it's just awful. You don't come back from what that woman did.
No, we're going to be covering that. And I'm pretty. It's in December, but I'm pretty sure what we heard is going to be said in the courtroom, and it's bad.
Yeah, I would think it would have to be. We haven't even wanted to say it on our show.
No, we won't, because it gave me a picture that I'll never forget. And like I said, protect your brain. I don't know if we will say it.
Yeah, it'll be a trigger warning kind of trial to follow if they want to do it. Although it probably won't be televised. We'll probably just have to be there. Right? We'll be court reporting.
Well, we've done it before.
It's fun to do, actually.
We have done it before.
Well, that's all I had for tonight for the stream. Is there anything else you want to do before we go? Or any other angles of this we haven't talked about?
This is something that Woman's Warrior mentioned earlier, and I saw she posted again. It says LLE don't know how to deal with cybercrime. And that's true. Law enforcement doesn't. But they have set up a new IC3 cybercrime reporting website, and the Internet Crime Complaint Center collects reports of internet crime from the public. So this is something new that I wanted to do some research about, because I just thought that was really interesting, and I'd like to see who's in charge of it and how it's being policed, I guess. But I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, Deanna, Megan Boswell was pretty bad, but this is actually the things that we were told that she said in interrogation, I think, were it paints such a visual about the unaliving that it's one of those things where once you hear it, you can't get it out of your head.
She describes it.
Yes.
In really just
graphic
detail.
And
Sunset. And what happened to Evelyn Boswell was pretty terrible. But it's just different because it's the mother describing it in her own words. And there's just such a coldness and
it's very detached. Yes.
Yeah. Women's Warrior Rumble is another platform similar to YouTube. It touts even more free speech than YouTube. So a lot of people that get taken off of YouTube go over to Rumble to start their shows. Like trying to think, Dan Bongino was one, I think, that did that.
There was a lady minister that I followed that I really like to listen to. She got kicked off YouTube. She was a minister, and so I follow her on Rumble.
So Sunset Gazing says that IC3 is very old.
Oh, wow. Well,
yeah, I didn't know it was new. Yeah,
I thought it was something that you were saying had just been created. I was going to say I hadn't heard anything about it. So if it's old, that may be why. It was probably started back many years ago when they saw that there were going to be problems with the internet.
Well, as far as Rumble, our intention with that was to cover cases that we would get where I don't know if demonetized is the right word, but not get the ad revenue.
Right.
Like the P. Diddy trial and things that are just not easy to talk about when you have to use kiddie words to describe what's going on.
And that's the thing, that their requirements are just don't make any sense, because you can say the F word 500 times in your broadcast, because we know people that do that now, and we just heard some, and they don't strike you for anything, like no matter how vulgar you are. But But it doesn't make any sense, the content that they decide to strike and remove people from, and the ones that they don't. It doesn't make sense.
So that's why we got the Rumble, though, basically, is so we could do stuff like that. Because originally, I think it was more the Maddie Soto case, because we just didn't feel comfortable talking about it on YouTube.
Right.
But, we kind of got distracted from that case and more into Sebastian and other things like that. What was I going to say? I thought of something. I don't know if there's a list of words, just in our end, that you can't say. It's just what we've learned from other people. And actually, our son told us that some of it is not real.
Yeah.
But I will tell you that, we get basically how we make income off the channel is we get memberships, we get super chats and super stickers, and we get ad revenue or AdSense. And I will tell you that when we say certain words, our AdSense is much lower than when we don't say certain words. Like tonight, I would say our AdSense will be extremely low.
Yes. We've done
like virtually nothing.
Which I don't understand, actually, because true crime being kind of a very popular genre of anything, there's, in any platform, you would think advertisers would want to be on it.
Right. And it really I don't know if it has as much to do with YouTube, or it has to do with the advertisers not wanting certain words, and they use AI. So it doesn't even take into consideration. That's how they determine whether or not, what your revenue is going to be. So it doesn't really matter what the context is with that.
Right. It doesn't matter. You could be saying, I am going to go this person.
Or you could be saying
he's being charged with first degree.
Right. Real Me Too. So they don't say the illness that people had a few years ago. You couldn't say that word.
Yeah. And people, and it's my understanding that, if you see how the Real Me Too wrote it in chat there, that's another thing that even having it in your chat can cause you to lose revenue, or cause the entire video to be flagged and pulled down. So
yeah, you can't say anything about that.
Years ago, I discovered a channel that was very inappropriate, and this is way before we did this. And I reported it to YouTube, and they did nothing. I mean, it was crazy inappropriate for a multitude of reasons. I'm not going to get into it, but it was, I guess I could say sexually inappropriate is what it was. And it was not like a pornography or anything like that. It was just, it was just very inappropriate. And I reported it, and they did nothing. They did absolutely nothing. So, and I mean, it was the prime case for something to be pulled down from YouTube, and they did nothing about it. They didn't care. So we're back to that,
Yeah.
That's been going on a long time. I probably reported that video, let's see, probably 7 or 8 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Justa RN.
Thank you.
Thank you, Justa RN. That was sweet. Let me see what the sticker is. I love my stickers.
That's funny.
Oh, how's it
going?
Thank you so much. You didn't have to do that. I wasn't trying to incite
incite a sticker.
But thank you. That's so sweet. I love it. You know what? I think we need to play our super sticker song.
Thank you for your super sticker. 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 Thank you for your super sticker.
Thank you, Just R. That was very sweet. And I love the song too. I know they're so basic, and I don't know why. I just think it's
They're
funny.
basic and hokey, but they're so cute.
I love them. Oh, I haven't even asked anybody. If you wouldn't mind to hit that thumbs up, we'd appreciate it.
That would be great. And do we do you have anything else you want to do tonight? We got through everything I had planned.
I drank a lot of coffee and I'm very alert tonight.
Just close this down and start a new live. You want to keep going?
Just keep going.
Pick a new topic.
No, we're not going to do that. But we do appreciate all of our moderators and subscribers and people in chat, and especially our members. We appreciate you guys. And whoops. Did you want to say something?
Oh, no, I was just pulling it up because I thought that was interesting.
Go ahead and read it.
Yet there was an advertisement that kept using the F word. I was shocked. Imagine if kids were in the room and an ad kept using the F word.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh, they don't mind the F word. We hear it every day on YouTube.
No, they don't.
Guilty of Crime said, hello, just found your channel, and this is a hot topic.
Wait, is Guilty of Crime? We watch you.
Yeah, I've watched you several times on Maddie Soto stuff. So,
you've got a great channel.
Yeah, you do.
Thanks for joining us.
We appreciate you. Oh, L. Kennedy wants a machete party. I don't know. What are we at?
We're only at 222.
Oh, I don't think Mr. E will allow that.
Yeah, if Guilty of Crime covers lots of stuff, but has been real deep dives on the Maddie Soto stuff. So if that's a case you're interested in, that's a go-to spot to catch up on the goings on with that whole situation. So good to see you here. I've been subbed up to your channel for a while. So we appreciate it. And this is a hot topic. I'm sure it's something you've got a lot of thoughts about. I think you do a pretty good job of staying out of the drama as yourself. And I think for those of us that have chosen to stay out of that kind of stuff, this just solidifies that decision and makes it you realize, that it's better to just all kind of, there's a worst case scenario out there that could always happen.
Right. Well, I just choose to be kind.
Yeah.
So, and it is a choice because there's plenty of people you could be mean to, but it's a choice to be kind to people.
It is a choice. And that's a choice that both of those men had. Either one of them could have walked away. Either one of them could have said, you know what? I'm just not going to listen to you. Say whatever you want. I'm killing it over here on my channel, and no pun intended, but that I'm doing great over here. I don't need, because the criticisms and all that, it really doesn't affect your channel.
If anything, it probably draws more people to your channel.
Probably, probably does. So you just turn it off and tune it out. But that's certainly not what happened here.
I am going to, before we go, I am going to share Guilty of Crime's link because, like I said, like we both have said, Guilty of Crime is a great channel. And I think that you guys would especially like it. Yeah,
that's actually where I learned about Maddie Soto stuff when I was trying to keep up with what was happening with that. That's who I was going to. So yeah, she's very good.
Well, you keep talking while I do this.
Well, L. Kennedy said we've been gone for long, so they deserve trepidation so they can get the machete video.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, we've been gone longer. We've been gone 6-8 weeks before.
We have.
She said we've been gone for so long. They deserve a treat.
I don't care. It's up to him.
Sure.
All right.
I'm weak. Everybody may not know what the machete party is.
Okay.
That started.
Let's see.
If you don't get it.
We did intend to be here sooner. That was the intention. So this is
we were talking about the streaming from the beach and everything else, and we never did do any of it.
Of course not. We should have known we weren't going to do that.
We know
we did it last year, and it just seemed to kind of fit in. That I don't know why, but it did.
Yeah, it did.
I think this year we were just exhausted.
We were
had a hard year. We have had a hard year. So,
and it has just enjoying not doing anything.
Right. And spending time with the kids and spending time with mom. It was just nice, and it was nice to not think about any of this stuff. So.
Yeah.
All right. So this machete pate is for you guys.
She also said she was going to bring a machete.
Karate.
Machete.
Karate.
Machete.
Karate.
Machete.
Karate.
All right.
I've heard somebody say they think we're the reason that he no longer has the mullet.
Could be.
That may be true. It could be.
My question is, and this is, I just wonder if I'm not sure if he was doing it as a joke.
When he said machete? No, he was trying to say just how serious a situation
overemphasize the word.
Oh, okay.
That's the way I thought
I'm telling you, I wish that Court TV would release that full, because they only showed little bits and parts of his testimony that day. If they'd show that full thing, my biggest takeaway with Chris.
That's when I was on the cruise, right? I missed it.
You missed this one. when he came off, I was like, oh my God, if this thing ever goes to trial and they can get Chris on a stand, a talented attorney will get whatever they need out of him, because he cannot control himself. He has no self-discipline. And if anybody could ever get him on a stand for any reason at all, we'll find out the truth. Because if a talented attorney could do it, that was what I thought after seeing that day, because he couldn't control himself. He was wild. It's hard. It is hard to explain. So combative and wild and defensive and emotional. And it's like, and that's what I thought. I just said, if we ever can get that guy actually on a witness stand, it's over. But
everybody loves it. Hi, Robini. And right. Crystal Pistol says family first. And so does Dreaming of Blue Sky. You're absolutely right. And Guilty of Crime says, this is definitely my channel.
Well, appreciate you being here.
Well, she probably doesn't know. We actually live in the same county as the Proud Foots.
Yeah. So that's how we.
What's the proper way?
You can do either.
Oh, okay. We looked it up.
We've looked it up. You can do Proud Feet or Proud Foots. I usually do Proud Feet. But yeah, we actually live in the same county as the Sebastian Rogers disappearance,
and that's
the reason, what got us.
Yeah.
All into this in the first place, and so the majority of our
content has been about
Sebastian, but we have covered the other stories and crimes, and some other ones in Sumner County, and then a few others. Just whatever catches our interest that we feel like we
like this. This was really, we were really talking about this all day. So.
I think that every social media content creator should pay attention to this story.
I think it's important.
I
absolutely.
Oh, and L. Kennedy says, thank you. I feel very fulfilled. Well, you're very welcome.
Very welcome.
And Deanna says, yes, that was that day in court was something. And Roll Me 2 says, yes, you missed the 2 best days in court. I know. I know.
That's true.
I have missed the 2 best days in court. I know.
You missed them arguing outside too.
Yeah.
That's right. the whole little thing.
Just RN says he's just like my ex. LOL. Hint X. All right. Well, we should probably wrap it up. Oh, and Uber Fubar says in the UK we call that a Muppet. That's funny. All right.
Very funny.
Yes. Justice for Sebastian. We had front row seats. We did, I will miss you coming so often to town. Real Me Too.
Yeah, that part of it. Well, maybe one day there will be trials.
Maybe there will be.
Maybe one day. And Real Me Too won't miss that. I don't think.
I don't think any of us will miss that.
No. We'll be there too.
Well, let's wrap it up. There's other people that are way more interesting on, I'm sure. I'm kidding.
There's our marketing whiz over there with our.
I have been marketing all day. I'm tired. I'm tired of marketing. I'm just being funny.
No. We do appreciate y'all being here tonight. And
there'll be a big party when Sebastian comes home.
There will.
That would be great.
Yeah. And we're
Oh,
I don't know if we're going
look
to
at
tease
that.
this a little bit or not.
Look at that real quick.
Real Me Too says we are planning on making our voices heard very soon. I'll be there very soon. Well, great. Well, we'll talk about that with you, I would guess. We're probably going to be talking about Sebastian here in the not too.
We recorded some stuff yesterday, actually.
So we're working on some stuff to do another live about Sebastian and some new stuff that we've kind of.
We haven't even told Auntie.
No, we haven't. So we're working on it. We could have done that today.
Fill me in.
We might have done that as our next live, but this came up when we wanted to talk about this because it's.
Well, I think it's just very, very important to the daily YouTube goings on.
Yeah.
Well, there's some movement in Jack and Lily. We want to talk about that too.
Yeah.
So and we need to have a members only live.
We need to do that also because we've been putting that off. So.
We have.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. We appreciate you all being here tonight, and we will try not to be gone so long next time.
He looks at me when he says that because I'm always the one that puts a kibosh on it.
You guys have been great. Thank you so much, and we love you all and appreciate you being here. We'll see you soon.
And thank you for the orange hearts for our son. Real quick, still no MRI scheduled, or did I already say that?
We said it earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But we do appreciate the prayers. We still definitely need them. And we appreciate you all so much. We know you can spend your time anywhere, and we appreciate the fact that you spend your time with us. And thank you, Auntie, for joining us.
Oh, you're so welcome.
We love you all. Have a great night.
Thank you. And thank you, Guilty.
Thanks. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
We remember you. We remember you. Ooh. We're still here for you. We'll shine a light for you. We're holding on to hope for you. We remember you. Ooh. We're still here for you. We'll shine our light for you. We're holding on to hope for you. We're holding on to hope for you. Ooh. We remember you. We remember you. We're still here for you. We'll shine our light for you. We remember you. We remember you. We're still here for you. We'll shine our light for you. We remember you. We remember